Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Idaho.
This message presented by the IHSAA and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
May I offer you one of our finest selections? Delicious, rich in protein, and locally produced right here in Idaho. Excellent choice, sir.
Satisfied dairy customer, I'll send.
Dad's home.
I'm home.
Did you get the good stuff?
He's bringing it up. He's going in. He scores!
Idaho's 529 can be used at any in-state or out-of-state 2- or 4-year college or university. Can be used at a trade school for an apprenticeship.
Whatever it is that your kid is interested in, that's available for them to use the fund.
I really like the flexibility. It gives Wild the opportunity to pursue a whole array of training.
So whatever your child's passion is, you can support that.
To learn more, go to idsaves.org.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
It's that time again. Time to get the health insurance you need for next year. Open enrollment is the time for you to enroll in, renew, or change your coverage. At Your Health Idaho, you can save money with a tax credit on the plan that's best for you and your family. Don't wait. Open enrollment ends December 15th. More coverage, less cost. Only at yourhealthidaho.org. Enroll by December 15th.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
I love Lookout's campus branch. The vibe and the service. But with digital banking, it all comes to me. My customizable dashboard provides all my information. Accounts, cards.
Anything else?
I'm good. Bill pay, even my credit score. Gotta go. I mean, you gotta go download this app and upload convenience today.
An Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through 2 strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
How about now? I can hear it now. Okay. Welcome to this IdahoSports.com game stream production of the 2025 Idaho High School Football Playoffs on the NFHS Network. This postseason broadcast is presented by Project Filter, your local Toyota dealer, Your Health Idaho, Next Steps Idaho, Ideal, Idaho's College Savings Plan, the Idaho Bowl, and Valleywide Cooperative, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Rigby High School, home of the Rigby Trojans, where tonight they will play host to the visiting Mountain View Mavericks in this quarterfinal playoff game. My name is Tim Belknap. I'll be your play-by-play guy tonight. We're up here doing something new for me. Rigby High School, their broadcast class is here running the other side of the broadcast tonight. I got to tell you, folks, I've never worked with them, but they've got a great setup, and these kids know their stuff. They've got cameras on the field, more than one, so they can help us see the view. It's a fun experience for me, and I hope want to make sure we give a shout out to the Rigby broadcasting class here at Rigby High School, because they do a phenomenal job. You know, in the playoffs, it gets real. We've got 2 teams who were able to make their opponents go down last week. The Mountain View Mavericks were able to defeat the Highland Rams by a final score of 45-7 to move into this quarterfinal game. A very sound win for the Mavericks. It's got to make them feel good as they now take the field. You got to have their Maverick flag along with the U.S. flag as the Mavericks come out on the field, and what a great entrance it is for them. So the Mavericks coming in after a great win last week, trying to take on the number 1 seed Rigby Trojans. That'll be an interesting endeavor as the Trojans win-loss record a little bit different. Mountain View's win-loss record coming up with 3 losses on the season. One to Farmington, Utah team, another to 2 local teams on the Treasure Valley area, the Rocky Mountain and Eagle. They lost both of those games by very small margins. So when you get the kinks worked out of everything, they've on a 5-game win streak now. So you got to feel like they've maybe worked out some of the kinks and some of the mistakes, and they've got to have those taken out as they take on these Trojans. The Trojans sitting on an 8-1 record this season, multi-year state champion. In fact, coming into this stadium is just phenomenal. As you walk in, they've got all the years that they were state champions listed big and proud up on the side of the stadium. And then as you come in, they've got big full-size posters, in fact, bigger than full-size, probably 10-foot posters of previous players who've played here in previous years. One of them, Larry Wilson, NFL great with the Arizona Cardinals, played here, St. Louis Cardinals back then, but he played here at Rigby High School, and he's represented, along with some of them that's just in recent years. Tegan Thompson, Flowers was here just years ago. His younger brother's playing tonight for Rigby. So it's what a great tradition to walk in here to this high school, and see the past represented with strength and honor, and then they put on a pregame show. You can see the band out on the field now playing as they await the team to come out. They do an interesting thing here. They turn out all the lights, and they'll play Rocky Top, I think is the song that I was told they'll play as the team comes on. And the whole the sidelines, all the stadium fans, all sing in, join in on the singing. So, never seen it. I was listening to the prep as we were on the pregame, and it's looking like it could be a lot of fun as they come in here. So definitely, if you're a Mavericks fan, this is definitely showing home field advantage. If you're a Trojan fan, you got to think this is awesome. It's going to be a great night. So, what we expect to be a phenomenal game between the Mavericks and the Trojans. Winner goes on to the semifinals and the opportunity to continue in their trek for a state championship title. So both teams really desirous of that as they get ready. They're going to bring the teams out as they go into the Red Devils. Well, the lights go out, so if you're seeing black on your screen, it's because it's black here. If you look, you'll see a few of the cell phones out, and there's a lot of people singing. Of course, with my broadcast gear on, I can't tell what they're singing. It just sounds like a lot of noise. Perhaps you can hear it in the back noise. And there's the fireworks. You gotta think the team's coming out any minute now. Oh, the team's already out. Those are the lights down there. This is why it's great to have this broadcast class with me. Recognizing that in the end zone, we're pulling the camera right now. That's the team with their lights out. Fireworks going on over them. And starting this game out right. The fireworks before any scoring. So the Rigby tradition is to start with a bang, and their bang and the representative of fireworks. The team now running onto the field. I can barely see them. I hope you can see them. As Rigby comes out. They are on the field now. And the fireworks, this is better than the 4th of July fireworks I had at my hometown growing up. This is phenomenal. If you're not used to this, I certainly don't see this at the beginning of a game very often. This is a phenomenal display of community support for the Rigby Trojans and this fireworks display. And it's still going on. You can see the smoke generally running across the field now. And they're going to bring the national anthem now. We will fade away and mute my mic when the national anthem comes on and try to make sure that we're able to give you guys a real feel of what it's like to be here at this stadium. Adam Hall, the stadium announcer here, enthusiastic young man. He's a little bit older than young, I guess. But as you can hear him announcing that they are going to be singing the national anthem, we're going to mute my mic as we hear the national anthem. And we're back at Rigby High School. The national anthem has concluded. The Rigby marching band and another set of fireworks going off here. I got to tell you, this is quite the experience here to watch the fireworks pre-game. I can't wait to see the post-game fireworks if they actually pull off the win tonight. So that ought to be interesting. Rigby, this will be their first game in the championship series, as their win-loss record and their #1 standing allowed them to be able to get a bye on last week. So Rigby idle, if you will. I hate that word idle because that denotes that perhaps they were not preparing and training and practicing, which, knowing the tradition of this Rigby program, they were. But this will be their first game into the championship quest, up against the team, the Mavericks, who have already been out, already tasted a little bit of the thrill of victory in the championship series, and they want nothing more than to upset this strong Rigby team. Had a chance to visit with the coaches prior to the game. The Mavericks know that this is going to be a tough battle for them. They came in, they've prepared, they worked hard. Coaches telling me they felt like they've got a real strong shot of taking this team out and continuing their quest towards a state championship title. And of course, the Rigby's coaches saying this is our home, this is our town. I think I heard more than once from the coaching staff, and we don't lose in our town. Thus far, the Trojans have only lost one game, and that was at Bishop Kelly in the Boise Valley. And they lost 15-29, which Bishop Kelly, the #1 team in the 5A classifications this year, playing at home. So hopefully they learned those things. They also are on a five-game win streak coming into this. So both teams, five wins in the last games that they've played, ready to come out here and play. They've got a crowd, full house here on the Rigby side, and the Mountain View side traveled very well. It's almost a complete full crowd on the Mountain View side, so congratulations to the Mountain View teams and their supporters as they have come out in mass. It's a little cold here. We're lucky to be in the booth, so we don't have on the coats, but I can see 4 or 5 people with their heads completely covered and their heavy winter coats on, and it's brisk. It's the wind has settled down. It was quite windy earlier today, and the snow that was predicted for last night has not materialized, thank goodness. But we did have some awfully ugly clouds as we came into the stadium this afternoon for the pregame, and a little bit of concern. Hopefully those hold off to allow us to get this game underway and completed. So Rigby will be kicking off to start this game. Mountain View will be on my left, the left to right, as I call it. You see it. They get the return. They're going to bring it out to about the 30-yard line, as that looks like that is the Mavericks' Brody Munson on the carry. And 30-yard line is a good place to start for your high school team. That's much better than the 20-yard line, where if you let it go into the end zone, which he could have done. That was a very good kick by the Trojans. So the Mavericks will bring out their offense in the first series of downs. And I believe quarterbacking tonight will be Henry Nelson for the Mavericks. He's got the statistics. He's got his team out there. Just talking to everybody a little bit. And they are lining up. One back in the backfield, Logan Picardo. Man in motion. Nelson drops back. He's going to throw to his motion man. Motion man gets the catch, but he gets brought down about a yard shy of the original line of scrimmage. So the Rigby Trojans, looks like that's Kobe Walker in on the tackle. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 12, a loss of 2. Rigby also has one of those new down markers where it tells you where the line of scrimmage is, but it's digital. It makes it a lot easier for guys in the press box to see. So grateful for that. Nelson calling for the ball, had some flinching on the left side of his line, and the officials are going to flag that. And they do say it's an offside, a 5-yard penalty on the offensive line. So it'll put up a 2nd and 17 for the Mavericks. They're going the wrong way. Rigby trading in their defense at the last second. They're going to hand it off. No, a fake handoff. Nelson's going to keep it, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds after a gain of about a yard. So not much there for him, and that's still going to leave him with about a 3rd and 15, it looks to be. That's not the way the Mavericks wanted to open up this game. Rigby faithful here. You can hear in the background they're getting wound up and excited about this game, and the Mavericks needing desperately to get that first down, 15-yard mark. So Nelson back to pass. He's looking. He's not getting. He gets the pass off barely as he gets brought down. The pass will be completed. That is going to be to Cooper Patterson. Patterson will pick up a gain of about 10. But unfortunately, when you need a gain of 15, that's not enough. So deep in their own backfield, they are not going to risk that and give Rigby a chance to pounce on them quickly. So they'll bring in their punting crew. Rigby drops the man back. And the punter, Brody Munson, one of their kickoff return guys as well. He's going to take it. He's going to go a soccer-style kick, Australian soccer, actually. A nice bounce. Rigby's going to be wise to just let it bounce out. And the Mavericks are going to get that. They're going to touch it down. Looks like to be about the 14-yard line. And we'll give the Rigby not the best field position where they like to start. And you always want to start at the 20, 30-yard line, somewhere in that area, so you have room to make a mistake or two in the backfield. But the Trojans not prone to many mistakes in a game of football. So they come out onto the field. Jacob Flowers, the quarterback for the Trojans. He's going to go with one back in the backfield. Got a man in motion. He's going to hand it off. No, he pulls it back. Flowers is going to take the run himself. He'll pick up. He's going to pick up a gain of about 4 on the play. Bill Gates Mutua on the stop. That's a great name, Bill Gates Mutua. I like that. Mr. and Mrs. Mutua, if you're listening, hey, cool name. Way to go. I like it. It's always fun to call a different name than Bill and Tom and Harry and Tim in my case. So great name there. So the Trojans now 2nd and 6. Flowers out of the shotgun, one back in the backfield. And we're going to get flags stopping the action. That'll be a false start. Waiting for the Whitecap to come out and tell us what the call is. He'll be with us just a second. That's not on the Rigby Trojans. It's on the defense as they get called on an offsides. They'll pick up a 5-yard penalty. And Rigby grabbing some great movement there. Now a 2nd and 1. Alls that they need to have for the first down. So great fortuitous moment for them. Flowers again in the backfield, one back in the backfield. Man goes in motion. They are going to hand it off this time. He's going to go straight up the middle. Hugh Kofe, the little monster from Rigby who can just take it everywhere, takes it down to the 33-yard line. In all fairness, the Kofe family is well known to me. They are friends. Q and his family grew up in my neighborhood. So I've watched him grow up, and he's got an older brother playing down at Utah State. An older brother and an older sister playing volleyball for Utah State. So a very athletic family. Both parents played Division I sports as well. All right, another fake. Flowers throws it out to the man in motion coming out of the backfield. He's going to pick up some good yardage. About a 6-yard gain for Cannon Korth, as he comes from deep in that backfield at a run. That's a great throw. If you got somebody who can make a quick pass with the steam that he's got coming into making that catch, it makes it a really, really good momentous play. You almost fall forward for good yardage. Now they're going to throw to the opposite side of the field. They make the play, and he's going to push forward. He'll get the first down. That's Evan Freeman. Freeman's going to take it down to the 44-yard line. And Rigby marching it down the field as they pick up their second first down of the game. And really flexing some muscle here as the offensive line seems to be moving the defensive line for at least a 5-yard gain almost every time they carry it up the middle or around the corner. So they're doing the line's doing their job. Up the middle again, they hand it off to Amani Morello. And Amani's probably going to pick up a gain of about 5, I'm going to say even 6 yards now that they mark it. A great gain. Man, if you can pick up a 5, 6 yard gain every time you carry the ball, just carry the ball every time, eat up the clock, and don't give the other team much time to carry the ball. You'll win this game handily. Morelli in the backfield again. They're going to hand it off again, and he just powers up the middle and is going to get the first down. He just literally stuck his head down and waiting. He's going to take it to the 39-yard line. So what a great pickup for Rigby. Cooper Schnett on the stop for the Mavericks. Mavericks trying to figure out how to stop that pounding game. They're coming at the ends. They're coming up the middle. They got a Rigby with an agile quarterback. This is certainly showing some great guns by Rigby. Now Flowers is going to pass it to his receiver, number 2, Cannon Korth. And Korth evades tacklers. I'm waiting for the down marker, but it looks like it's going to be a 2nd and 1. So Rigby just eating up the yards as they started at their own 14-yard marker. Now, with 3 first downs later, they are at the 30-yard line and driving 30-yard line of the Mavericks. They're going to hand it off up the middle. That's Kofe up the middle. Looks like his mouth guard came out, but the ball didn't. So a young man protecting the ball. He was able to get the first down, not a bunch beyond that. I think maybe 2 yards total, enough to get the first down. Sets up the first down at the the 28-yard line. So I put the numbers on the field so guys like me don't mess up when we're counting the yard lines. Rigby now with their 4th first down of this drive. Flowers looking over the defense, puts his man in motion. Kofi in the backfield. Now Flowers back to throw. He does. He connects his receiver into the end zone. Touchdown. Evan Freeman with a reception, and he takes it into the end zone. Made it look easy when he caught it and had another 5-6 yards to go, but was able to take it into the end zone. So what a great move as a Rigby gets onto the scoreboard first. They'll set up for the PAT kick. They're going to be kicking this one. Looks like the kicker for them is Andrew Janes. He has kicking duties. Janes lining up. Janes with a kick. It's up. It's good. And the Trojans on the board. First and foremost, 7-0 here in the first quarter. And there's the fireworks again. Kind of lame. After all the fireworks at the start of this game, they shot off one cannon. I mean, come on. This is a score. Well, yeah, the broadcasting crew here with me said I think that they wasted all of their rockets on that pregame show, and I'm not sure he's wrong, to be honest with you. All right, folks, we want to recognize a couple of our game sponsors tonight. For Mountain View, they include Metro Appraisals and the Curb Bar and Grill. And for the Trojans, they include Fibercom, Teton Auto Group, Anytime Fitness in Rigby, Java Express, MVP Rentals, Brightside Dental, The Roof Rescue, Pro Pete Fertilizer, Bellhaven Real Estate, Idaho Drug, and Eckersell Funeral Chapel. Thanks to these great sponsors for helping bring this broadcast to you. As Rigby now kicking off after their touchdown. Nice kick. Going to be caught at the 12-yard line. Mountain View bringing a strong pull up the middle there. Again, that is Brody Munson. That young man gets ahead of steam. I could almost see him breaking a tackle and going the distance here tonight, as he's very strong in that kickoff return. I would expect he's their punt return guy as well. But they're going to move it to the 38-yard line, so a great position for the Mavericks as they start their second drive of this quarter. My positioning puts me so I can't see the clock, but it's a 5 minutes and 44 seconds. Oh, you guys can see the clock. I just have to look at the screen. My broadcast crew here teaching me their habits and their technology. Great technology. I love what they got here. So you can see the time on the clock there. As Nelson's going to hand off up the middle. He's going to bounce off the corner. He's going to get around the corner and get up some good yards. That is Valentin Gomez-Ricks, who hit the middle, bounced off, came around the right side of the field, and brought the ball all the way down to the 41-yard line. A first down for the Mavericks, and that's the kind of play, if you're a Mavericks fan, you want to see more of that, because you can't get more than one touchdown differential with the Rigby Trojans, or you could be in trouble. A fumble in the backfield as Nelson picks it up, but he's going to be caught and dropped for a loss as he was not able to make anything happen. That's DJ Bodero for the Trojans getting in there and getting the sack for the loss, as that's going to be a 6-yard loss, almost 7, for the Mavericks when just everything was working. You hate to see that, as now they get themselves in negative territory again. So we're going to see if Nelson can reach into his bag of tricks. He's going to quick throw over to the side. Catch is made, and he's going to pick up. Oh, I think he's going to go out of bounds just shy of the third down, but that's Brody Munson, that young kickoff return specialist that seems to be quite the return. Are they? The officials are now saying that he stepped out of bounds. So cut that gain in half. It's going to set up 3rd and 9 instead of the 3rd and 1 that it appeared to be from the broadcast booth. And Rigby, looks like somebody's called timeout. I can't tell who. Waiting for the white cap to tell us who that is, and he's not going to. So I'm assuming it was Mountain View. However, they are not. They're talking to the officials. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Rigby team comes over, talks to their head coach, and Armando Gonzalez. Armando having quite the career here with the Trojans. And the Mavericks now looking to pick up a 3rd and about 8.5, actually. They're going to hand it off up the gut again. Powering. Rigby's finally able to make the stop. That's Gomez-Ricks, Valentin Gomez-Ricks, who's going to power it down. Gave everything he had, but he's still going to leave it at a 4th and 2. So great gain. He got 7 yards out of that push that should have been less. The Mavericks are going to go for it. Fake as Nielsen's looking to throw. He gets the throw off. Catch is made. It's going to be enough for the first down and then some, as that catch made by Denton Wilson. Wilson's going to be right close to the, I think, 25-yard line, 24-yard line, 23-yard line. So a great catch and a great first down for the Mavericks. As they go now with first down, they're going to hand it off to Gomez-Ricks as he takes it off the left guard. He'll pick up a gain of about 4 on that play, which is a good gain. You know, you hand it off. Every time you get 4, 5, 6 yards, you can run it a lot. We're running about 3 minutes, 3 minutes and change. So the Mavericks trying to get on the board before the end of this first quarter. doing a pretty good job of moving it so far as Valentine Ricks takes the ball again, but the Rigby Trojans just collapse that whole defensive line right on to him, and he picks up a yard. So now 3rd and 5 for the Mavericks. Certainly within a field goal range if they have a kicker. As I look on their team, I see there are some kickers listed, but Richard Pasquale shows as a kicker. I don't know if that's a field goal kicker. Oh, and they're going to call timeout now. Timeout, Mavericks. So as we look at the team, obviously Richard Pasquale could be a kick. I'd like to see if he's a good kicker. I've been on broadcast for high school where they couldn't kick PATs in some areas, and some areas they can kick massive ones. A couple years ago, calling the Thunder Ridge Highland game, and Ian Hershey, many of you may remember Ian, he kicked one from 55 yards in high school. You don't see that very often, so if they've got a good field goal kicker, at least they could get some points on the board and not get caught not scoring on this drive that they've had some good success with. So we are now going to be coming back as the Mavericks come up to the line. Rigby coming to the line. The crowd stomping their feet. They're getting into this. They want to hold this 3rd down and not give them another down option. Nelson in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap. He's got one back in the backfield. He's trying to draw them off sides, and it's not working, so he's going to have to come up and audibilize. And he's going to be close to running out of time. He's got to take that snap. He does. Get a quarterback option on it. He keeps it, goes up the middle, and I think he's going to get that. I don't see any flag on the field, so he takes it down to about the 10-yard line. They're going to say 1st and goal, nope. Yep, it's at the 11, so it'll be a 1st and 10. They can actually make the 1st down without scoring and then get 4 sets of downs to get into the end zone. So Nelson now he's going to hand it off. He's going to be caught in the backfield. That's Logan Picardo, and nothing doing. Rigby caught him 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and Pickman on the stop for Rigby, and that a lot of negative yardage coming in for the Mavericks. They got to learn to stop that. As now they're looking at a 2nd and 12 from the 13. Going to go with one back in the backfield. Nelson back to throw. He's going to throw it up. He's going into the end zone. Tipped away by the defense, and that's Cannon Korth. Apparently he is a great receiver, as we experienced on the offense, but on the defense, he's a pretty good DB because he just reached up and tipped that away. No chance for the Maverick receiver to have a play on that ball. And no contact. Korth was definitely about a yard, maybe half a yard away, so there's no contact. And Rigby now trying to get excited. The mascot jumping it down. Got the crowd half on their feet. Snap to Nelson. Nelson rolling around the right side. He's looking. He's going to keep it. He might get it into the touchdown. Does he get it in? He gets it in. Touchdown, Mavericks. So Nelson making a heads-up, gutsy play as he rolled to the right side. Couldn't see a receiver. Well, he just tucked that in and nosed it down and had to extend his body. Nelson 6'3", and he extended that to all of about 7 foot from his toes to where the ball was as he stretched that out. They're now going to set up for the extra point. The kicker, Pasquale, I mentioned before, Richard Pasquale. The kick is up. It's good. And we're back to a tied score here at Rigby High School. A minute 50, 58. My old eyes can't see the small lettering on the screen, but a minute 58 left in this game, and we're going to recognize some more of our game sponsors. They include Pro Peat Fertilizer. Pro Peat's an environment-friendly product that reduces leaching, peat-bound nutrients release when plants are needing them. Carbon 90 Plus binds nutrients to the natural carbon of peat moss, encouraging steady plant growth for healthier turf with less mowing and thatching. I like that idea. It truly is a great product for turf and ornamental applications. Pro Pete wants to wish the Rigby football team good luck in the playoffs today. Also, the Bank of Commerce, a proud supporter of all area schools with 17 locations across Idaho and southwest Montana. For local decisions and exceptional service, make the Bank of Commerce your bank of a lifetime. Member FDIC and equal housing opportunity lender. And we're back as the Mavericks ready for the kickoff. They make the kick. It's a nice deep kick. Rigby's going to let it bounce into the end zone. Wisely decides to let it bounce and into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and they'll bring it out. That was Owen Golding back to take that kick. It's not his first one, obviously, as he wisely said, no, let's let that roll in. I don't have to take a hit, and we'll bring it out to the 20. So they will, and it's now anybody's game, a 7-7 score here between the Mavericks and the Trojans, as the Mavericks on their second possession of the game were able to score. The Trojans on their first. Believe it or not, this is only the Rigby Trojans' second possession of this game as they set up now for first and 10. Flowers puts his running back in motion, fakes the pass. Going to go up the middle. He'll get a few yards there. Going to be brought down by Hunter Peck. They will give him a credit. It looks like 6 yards on the play. So good play where he was caught at probably 3 yards and spun around, dragged Peck with him, and a couple of Peck's buddies joined in. Looks like that was Riggins' Storer who helped him out. But a 6-yard gain for Flowers. Again, one back in the backfield out of the shotgun for Flowers. Flowers is going to keep it as he fakes the handoff. He comes around this left side of the field. He'll step out of bounds, but he's going to pick up the first down. As I look for where they mark that, it looks like it's going to be about the 32-yard mark. So Flowers not afraid to tuck that ball and run. A couple of these Maverick men are good-sized. I would not want to be hit by them. Flowers not intimidated by that in the least, as he just keeps that and rolls with it. The Trojans with the ball again now. Looks like Kofe in the backfield. Now he goes in motion. Flowers calls for the snap. Quick pass out to Kofe. Kofe makes the pass, but he's going to be caught and brought down by a team of the Mavericks after maybe only, it was Freeman, Evan Freeman, not Kofe, my apologies. He got up when I checked that number. Number 90 for the Mavericks, Adam Curtis. So, 2nd and 9 on the play. That's probably the first play for the Trojans where they haven't really picked up at least 3 or 4 yards. So a nice stop for the Mavericks. Trojans now with 2 backs in the backfield. Flowers is going to hand it off. Looks like to Kofe. Kofe, what speed this young man has as he takes it all the way down to the 42-yard line. If he could have broke past that last tackler, he was gone. I was having a hard time tracking him with the binoculars, just make sure I had the right number. And he just has a burst of speed. That young man is fast. You get him in the open field, that could be dangerous. Not something the Mavericks want to see happen in any way, shape, or form. I am positive. So another first down for the Trojans. And now we're going to get, looks like a timeout. Oh, no, it's the end of the quarter. We are at the end of 1 quarter of play. It's a tied score, 7-7. We'll probably fade away for a couple of our commercial sponsors while we're here at the quarter break. But when we come back, it will be a 7-7 game. So we're starting from scratch, really, a tied score and it will be...
I love Lookout's campus branch. The vibe and the service. But with digital banking, it all comes to me. My customizable dashboard provides all my information. Accounts, cards.
Anything else?
I'm good. Bill pay, even my credit score. Gotta go. I mean, you gotta go download this app and upload convenience today.
An Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through 2 strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.
We're back here at Rigby High School live as Rigby takes the ball up the middle, almost a gain of 10 yards. It was a quick handoff, and it was not a handoff. It was Flowers who kept the ball. It looked like he was going to hand it off, but he pulled it back. Flowers picking up 9 yards. Flowers so far a leading rusher, which is surprising. And he's now going to take the snap. Quick pass, and he gets the pass completed, but just drilled. That's Owen Golding who makes the snap. But wow, what a hit by the Mavericks. Number 7, that is Cashton Giannetti. What a hit, Cashton. You hit of the game so far as Golding just knocked backwards. Almost one of those hits where you get a little worried. Is that young man going to be okay? But Golding jumped up. So it's championship playoffs. We don't go down. So Rigby now with a 3rd down for the first time, looking to throw. Flowers are going to throw deep, but over the head of his receiver. His pocket was collapsing as the Mavericks pressing him, and I think he just launched that a little farther than he wanted to. It's going to be an incomplete pass, so it's going to set up a 4th and 4, it looks like, for the Rigby Trojans. Their first 4th down of this game, and not an area where I'd ever see Coach Gonzalez punting, I can't think. So they are going to run it. Flowers with 1 back in the backfield. Looks like that's Kofe. Flowers trying to draw them off sides, and it's not happening, so now he goes for an audible. And calls for the ball. Gets a low snap. He kicks a quick kick. It's tipped at the line and caught by the Mavericks, number 13. That's Corbin Hedgecoff. What a great play by the Mavericks as they tip that ball right out of Flowers' hands and kind of made it a lame duck in the air. Hedgecoff able to make the catch at the 42-yard line, their own 42-yard line. 43, it looks like they're touching the nose on. So great field position, a great defensive stand for the Mavericks. They got to be feeling good after that. Rigby held them to 1 defensive series where they had to punt, and the Mavericks have now held Rigby to 1, and they've each scored 1. So even game so far in the 2nd quarter of play. It's championship football, quarterfinals here at Rigby High School. Nielsen in the backfield. Picardo with him in the backfield. Running back, they fake it to Picardo. Nelson back to pass. He looks, he throws deep. He's going for all the money. He's got a receiver. He makes the catch into the end zone. Touchdown, Mavericks. That is Denton Wilson on the long bomb connect from Nelson. And Nelson threw it perfect right into his hands. And Wilson just really floated into the end zone and got the score. And now the Mavericks taking the lead up on the Trojans. The Trojans faithful here a little stunned. They're not used to this positioning. And Pasquale in to kick. He's got the kick. It's up and good. So the Mavericks go up on the Rigby Trojans 14-7 here just into the 4th quarter in a great defensive play that gave them some time or some great field position, and then a beautifully thrown long bomb pass by Nelson. We want to continue recognizing some of our game sponsors. They include Pocock Trucking. Pocock Trucking is based in Sugar City, Idaho, but sends trucks all over the western United States and Canada. They haul bulk commodities like feed, fertilizer, grain, and potatoes, and offer minor shop repairs as well as a full-service lube bay. They grow potatoes, dairy quality alfalfa, and more. They can even sell you a used truck if you need one. Pocock's Trucking main office in Sugar City is in Sugar City, and their truck shop is located in St. Anthony. To find out more, go to www.pococktrucking.com. Thank you, Pocock Trucking. We appreciate your sponsorship. And the Mavericks lining up now, ready to kick off after that great touchdown play. Got to be feeling very confident. They just took it to the Trojans. They're going to nice, long, deep kick. Rigby's going to bring it out. And a nice return. Owen Golding with a return. He's going to bring it out to the 40. Yeah, he's probably going to be the 38. You can hear the PA announcer in the background. They do put it at the 38, so he got that call right. But we are here with a 1st and 10 for Rigby. And really, starting your drive at the 38-yard line, you can't feel bad about that at all. That's good field position. Not a lot different than what the Mavericks just had. About 10 yards differential what the Mavericks just had, and then took it into the house. So not a bad problem to have at all. Rigby coming now in, setting up. One back in the backfield. Looks like they run pretty much exclusively one back in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to Kofe. Kofe's up the middle, kind of using his agility and speed. He doesn't get as much as it may be because the Mavericks just collapsed on him, but he's able to turn and wind a little bit, picks up 5 yards. 5 yards when I thought he was going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage, so great job to Q. Don't you love that name, Q Kofe? What a great sounding name. Another good sound. And I have an all-tournament best names list. All right. Going to hand it off again up the middle to Kofe. Kofe's going to pick up a gain of 3 as the stop made by Mason Garcia for the Mavericks to limit Kofe to just about a 3-yard gain. So it's about a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 3, or 3rd and 3. Got too many threes down there right now. 2nd, 3rd and 2. Okay, 3rd and 2. He's got. Good thing I got you up here in the booth with me. All right, they're going to give it again up the middle. It's going to be forward motion. Will take Q past the 1st down marker. And, boy, he's earning every one of those. 8 Mavericks in that huddle. And Q moved that huddle past the down marker and an extra yard. So they'll mark it at the 49. 1st and 10 for the Trojans as they're making Q Kofe work for this. I want to see Kofe bust it loose. I want to see him take it. Just give him some speed and open up, because I'd like to see how fast he can go, because he's showing me he's got some great speed. I haven't seen him take it farther, but this is a great look for him. In the backfield again, they fake it to him and fake it to Kofe, and they throw downfield. Flowers throws over his receiver by about 3 yards. He needs to tone down his bionics, it looks like, because that was a beautifully thrown spiral. Just thrown a little bit too far, going over Golding's head, and Golding was spinning around trying to look for it, just couldn't get it. And that'll set up a 2nd and 10. A great call. I think they were trying to answer what the Mavericks did on a nice 20-yard throw there. Just weren't able to make the connection. All right. The officials now looking, kind of official timeout as Flowers is looking at his equipment. I think piece of his equipment to come off. They're just helping him get that put back together. Interesting time here at Rigby High School. It's been a fun game. We knew it would be coming into this broadcast. Two teams who do not like to lose, and the officials now talking to each other. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Flowers looks like his uniform is put back together. And they're saying that looks like Cannon Korth has got a play sheet on his belt, and the officials are telling him he has to take that off. Should note the officials for tonight's game. They include Marshall Marler, J.C. Meekum, Caleb Marler, Matt Terry, Mitch Chappell, Kyle Martin, and Marcus Mosier. That seasoned officiating crew tonight. So they're telling him it can't be there. I trust them. I've been on many, many, many games over many, many years with a lot of those gentlemen, so I trust that they know what they're talking about. And they are trying to make an adjustment. I would have probably just pulled it off, but I don't think they want to leave him without the plays. Trying to make an adjustment. I don't see that they have. It's looking loose as they're going to pull Korth off the field, and they're going to take care of it while they're in motion. Two men in motion now. Q Kofi in the backfield. Jacob Flowers looking for the snap. He takes it. He drops back. He's going to keep the ball, but he's going to be caught and brought down for a sack. That is Adam Curtis into the backfield and just grabs a hold of Flowers' feet. Takes him down. It's going to be a loss of 4 on that play. And it puts the Trojans in a 3rd and 14 position. Not something they're used to, but the Mavericks with a great defensive stand there, showing they know their stuff, and got in there and made that penetration and got past that bubble. So now a long first down attempt. Flowers back to pass. He's looking. He's going to throw. He's got a receiver. The receiver wasn't able to get to where he threw the spot, so it left the uncatchable ball, bounced downfield. Just looked like a timing issue. I don't know if the receiver was not used to that throw. That's Korth and Flowers. They've teamed up a lot over the season, so must have just been a missed route where he thought he was supposed to cut. He was supposed to cut, and he went on a slant instead. So Rigby now needing to punt. The ball comes, the low snap. They're going to pick it up and try to run it, and they're not going to get it back. They get past the line of scrimmage, but they'll only get it back at about to the 48-yard line of the Mavericks. So the Mavericks be a turnover on down, and the Mavericks will get that ball at the 48-yard line again. Oh, the officials now say at the 50-yard line he stepped out of bounds. It was a great move by the Rigby punter. I didn't catch who that was. I don't know. It could have been Flowers. I know. Trying to see real quick scan if there's another kicker listed. I think it probably was Flowers that he ran that, but he wasn't able to get it back. So the Mavericks in another position of great field position. See if Nelson drops back and throws a deep bomb again. It worked last time. And they don't. They're going to hand it up the middle to their big fullback. That's number 4, Valentin Gomez-Ricks, as he just powers. I'm looking at his size, 5'10", 210 pounds, but he's got to have like 220 pounds of muscle. That's a stout young man and tough. He just powered that down, gain of 8 on the play. So a couple of very strong running back position players for both teams, showing their presence here well known. Going to hand it off again to Gomez-Ricks. Ricks is going to power through. He'll get the first down and about 3 more yards beyond that. So the Mavericks will pick up the first down. The ball will be placed at the 37-yard line. Yep, 37. That's a 1st and 10 for the Mavericks as they move this ball downfield. Momentum in the Mavericks' way now as they've scored. They have a 1-touchdown score, and they're going to take that snap again, hand it off up that middle. seems to be working for them as they just power through. I'm trying to see who had the ball on that. Looks like number 15 for the Mavericks. That is Logan Picardo. And he gets a long 5, let's say, a short 4 left for them on a second down. They're going to hand it off up to, a fumble on the play. He's going to be recovered by Rigby. Fumbled right into the arms of the Rigby player. Number 26 for the Trojans just got the highlight of his night. That's Tucker Clark. Congratulations, Tucker. You just got the turnover bonus for tonight. That was just right into his hands. All he had to do was fall on the ground and protect it, make sure nobody stole it from him. So the Mavericks, with a costly turnover as they were driving down the field, will give the Trojans the ball at the Rigby 25, a 1st and 10 for Rigby. So Rigby needing to look at a very good way to get that touchdown back. We've got about 6 minutes left till half. And I understand half's a pretty big deal here at Trojan Stadium. Is this Wilson Stadium? What do we call this? Yeah, home of the Rigby Trojans. Let's just say that. Flowers with a quick pass. Pass complete. That is complete to Golding. Golding's going to take it all the way down to the, I'm going to say the 38 before he's brought down. Brought down by Harrison Bagley for the Mavericks, but at the, they're going to put it back to the 40. He must have went out of bounds at the 40. It's a 1st and 10 for the Trojans. So they're getting some things moving here. Hand it off again up the middle to Kofe. Kofe again squirms through the line there. He's not a small young man, but he seems small out there in those big Amazon defensive line of the Mavericks. And he looks like he just puts his head down and slips through between them. I was able to pick up 2 yards that time. So 2nd and 8 for the Trojans. Flowers trying to get the signal from Coach Gonzalez. They had something to talk about, but now at the line, Flowers puts the man in motion. He's going out of the shotgun. Calls for the ball, hands again off to Kofe up the middle. Kofe is going to pick up again just a short gain of about 3. That's going to put a 3rd and 5 for the Trojans. Be interesting to see. Flowers is the last 2 passes Flowers has thrown deep. His timing hasn't been there. It makes me wonder if they're going to pull back and not throw deep. Be a good time this 3rd down to throw a nice 7-yard slant pass, give him the 1st down, and give Flowers back some of his confidence in that passing game. Flowers calls for the ball, puts his back in motion. He's going to keep it up the middle. He's going to be caught. He'll pick up about 2 yards as that defensive line for the Mavericks. Adam Curtis again in there, grabbing a hold of his legs and bringing him down. It's going to set up a 4th down. 4th and a long 3, I want to say. Maybe even 4. What have you got? 4th and 3? So they're going to go for it. Flowers calling for the ball. He's trying to call the Mavericks offsides, get them to jump. Mavericks being well disciplined tonight. Not taking the temptation. Flowers just drop step back and kicks it. What a great kick. If it's going to roll, it's going to roll. It's going to go into the end zone. The Rigby defensive players were running their hearts out, but it rolled slowly into the end zone about 10 steps before they could get there. So that will be a touchback, and the Mavericks will be able to bring it out to the 20-yard line, their own 20, for a 1st and 10. All right, so we also want to recognize Fall River Propane. If you're having trouble with your propane fireplace or freestanding stove, Fall River Propane can help. Fall River Propane services all makes and models of propane fireplaces and stoves. Please call or visit fallriverpropane.com. Hottest burning, low-cost propane for residential or commercial delivery. Thanks to Fall River Propane. All right, the Mavericks are going to start off with the running game up the middle, and it's going to go deep for a first down as the Trojans try to pull it out of his hands, but that's that big running back, Valentin Gomez-Ricks, and what a gain he just picked up. That's going to be a 21-yard running play when he was carrying 3 or 4 of the Trojans with him the whole way. Trojans trying to pull that ball out of his hands to get the fumble. And Valentin saying, no dice, I'm keeping it. Handoff is going to be again to Gomez-Ricks. He's bouncing off. He's going to fall forward for a gain of about 2, I want to say. It's like on the tackle for Rigby, Cash Dial. But yes, it is a 2-yard gain for Gomez-Ricks. And young man, he's been just powering forward strong tonight. And picking up yardage when they need them. So the Mavericks now, one of the spectators down below me stood up right into my line of vision. They're going to quarterback keeper, it looks to be, as Nelson keeps the ball. He's getting awfully close to the first down as he rolls around the right side of the field. Had his back in motion with him blocking, which, man, looked like it should have happened. It's like what you like to see on game film, that they almost picked it up. So it's going to be a 3rd and 1, short gain. They're going to hand it off. It's going to go up the middle, and no dice. It's going to be a line of scrimmage, nothing there. As the Trojans are there, led by number 5, DJ Bodero. And it's a 4th and 1. The Mavericks now a little stunned. I think they had that was a chip shot. You know, be able to get that easy peasy, and did not. So now it's a 4th and 1. Nelson stops as they call a timeout on the field for the Trojans. How much time we got left? A minute 30? Minute 30 till half. The Trojans still down by a touchdown on their home field. Not what they want to see happen. And you know, going into halftime, that Rigby Trojan team's down there thinking, please, 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 we don't want to go in down at halftime and have to listen to Coach Gonzalez write us the riot act, for lack of a better way to say it. Coach Gonzalez is a great coach, great man as well, but certainly hasn't got the results he has by being soft on his team. So we are waiting out the first down, or not the first down, the timeout. Just recognize again our power boosters for Mountain View. It's Metro Appraisals and the Curb Bar and Grill for the Trojans. Fibercom, Teton Auto Group, Anytime Fitness in Rigby, Java Express, MVP Rentals. And we're going to stop there as we're ready for the 4th and 1. Nelson up under center is going to take it and do a quarterback push. They get the tush push, and they do get it across the line of scrimmage for the first down. At least that's where the officials are marking it. That was a great move. My broadcast partner, normally Josh McGauley, he's my color guy on most games, and he loves that play and never sees it. Josh, I'm sorry you're not with me tonight. That would have been a great one for you to jump up and down and yell, I told you, I told you. All right, so 1st and 10 for the Mavericks. Nelson with the ball, looking to throw. Nothing there. He's going to be caught in the backfield. He throws off of the back foot. Rigby furious. The faithful calling for a intentional grounding call. I don't see a flag, but I do see them marking that he was down.
We have a timeout, Mountain View.
All right, the official's call is that he was down in the grass before he got that pass off. So it will be a loss, a huge loss, a 7-yard loss for the Mavericks as they now have a 2nd and 16. 17. Oh, yep, you're right. See, again, this broadcast team, I like this. This Rigby broadcast team, great, great group of kids. Running it like an actual production team. Games that I've worked for other TV channels we won't mention. Have a production crew, a camera crew, the boss up here producing with me and keeping me honest, which I got to really appreciate. So great job for the broadcast crew. And I got to tell you, the broadcast coach here, I'm trying to remember, Michael Feek, phenomenal. He's doing a phenomenal job here with these young men on all private donation equipment, which is second to none. So very, very impressive.
As they reset the game clock to 1:15.
They do reset the game clock to 1:15. They let some time go off of the clock when they thought that pass was live. So the officials just correcting that, and a great job. Good call by them. All right, Nelson with the ball. He's back to pass. He gets the pass off. It's going to be caught, and there'll be a gain of about 9 on the play. That's caught by Tyler Weaver. Weaver's going to pick up about 3 yards after the catch. So a 3rd and 9 for the Mavericks. Much better than a 3rd and 17. And they're going to go quick. No huddle here. And Nelson's calling for the ball. He's got it. It's back to pass. Nothing there. He's going to keep the ball. And the Rigby team's going to bring him down. He's caught. The ball is out and recovered by I think that's the same young man that got the one last time. Number 26, Tucker Clark, with the turnover there. Having a good night, Mr. Clark. Someone needs to buy him pizza when this game's over. That's his second turnover that he's recovered, second fumble. And Nelson he was trying to get out of the grasp of the defender that had him tied up around the ankles and trying to make a stretch for the yardage and just loses the ball and recovered by Rigby. So 1st and 10 for Rigby. They're at their own 46-yard line. Staying with the shotgun all game. Crew in the backfield. Q in the backfield, not Crew. Flowers looking to pass. He does get the pass off. He throws deep. He's got a receiver. Is it caught or picked off? It is neither. What a great, that was a jump ball. Either one could have got it. So it could have been a good catch for Rigby or an interception from Mountain View. Mountain View up over the top of Rigby receiver Evan Freeman. And it just able to pull it loose out of Freeman's hands as it looked like he made the catch, and it'll go incomplete. So 2nd and 10 for Rigby. Flowers looking down the line, looking at his receiver man in motion. It's Golding coming across. Golding now sets. Looking to pass. There's nobody there. He's going to throw over the top. He's completed and then hit hard. And a flag flies in after the pass is thrown. Watching for the call. The ball back to the original line of scrimmage.
We'll see what the flag is.
Whitecap now coming in to make the call.
Holding offense, number 62. 10-yard penalty for the previous 5. 2nd down.
So it's going to go against the Trojans as they get that. They get that protection for their quarterback while he's trying to make that throw, and result in holding one of the defenders for Mountain View. And now Rigby in a deep hole on a 2nd down, 2nd and 20. Going the wrong way for the Trojans. In this second quarter has not gone their way. The first quarter all their way. Flowers now handing it off to Kofe. Kofe is going to be brought down quickly by number 6. That's Bill Gates Matua. Kofe is going to pick up a gain of probably 7. Set up a 3rd and 14 for Rigby. Timeout on the field for the Trojans. Trojans trying to regroup. My friend Tyler Williams, longtime Rigby supporter. Listen to this game down in Texas as he's down there to catch the Texas Tech BYU game tomorrow. Texas saying he doesn't like the way Mountain View's handling Rigby, but I'm pretty sure for those Mountain View listeners we've got, Tyler, they're very happy with the way this second quarter has gone. It's a 14-7 game for the Mavericks right now as the winner of this game advances to the semifinals and the other team goes home for the year. That is not something the Rigby Trojans are used to doing, and so they got to feel a little bit stunned. And I'm pretty sure Coach Gonzalez at halftime will get them to settle down a little bit. You know, this is one half of play. It's two halves to complete a game, so I almost hear Coach Gonzalez saying that, to be honest with you. All right, Jacob Flowers in the backfield. He's going to take it. He fakes the handoff to Kofe, throws downfield. His receiver does not even turn and look as Freeman was the receiver that was thrown at, but Freeman was almost seeming like he was the decoy receiver, but didn't realize he was being thrown to, and didn't even turn around and look for the ball, as it was a very catchable, and he could have caught that and had the first down. Did not. Flowers with a nice punt. It's going to get a nice Rigby roll. Not as deep as it was. All right, Rigby will down it at about the probably 13-yard line, I think. The broadcasting crew for the PA side of the work tonight was screaming at them not to touch it. How long? 40 seconds? 14-yard line. Okay. 14 up to 13, but we've got a minute, 2 minutes, 3 seconds. Okay, that's why they were yelling not to touch it. They just wanted the clock to run out and get into halftime. So the Mavericks will get one play, and I got to believe this deep in their own territory, they'll just go into victory formation, take a knee, and get into halftime. They do, and that'll run out the clock. So we're at halftime here at Rigby High School as the Mountain View Mavericks holding a 14-7 lead on the state champion Rigby Trojans. We're going to fade away for some halftime broadcasting commercials, and then we'll be back before the start of the second half.
So, what's next? Your path doesn't have to look like theirs. You can do this, or this, or this. Check out in-demand jobs in Idaho and get up to $8,000 to find your thing.
Dear crew, with an adult-sized third row, everyone's welcome. Slip in, stretch out, and let's go. Toyota, let's go places.
It's that time again. Time to get the health insurance you need for next year. Open enrollment is the time for you to enroll in, renew, or change your coverage. At Your Health Idaho, you can save money with a tax credit on the plan that's best for you and your family. Don't wait. Open enrollment ends December 15th. More coverage, less cost. Only at yourhealthidaho.org. Enroll by December 15th.
Il me semble que ce matin le soleil peine à colorer le ciel. Voudrais prolonger les vacances.
Idaho's 529 can be used at any in-state or out-of-state 2- or 4-year college or university. Can be used at a trade school for an apprenticeship.
Whatever it is that your kid is interested in, that's available for them to use the fund.
I really like the flexibility. It gives Wild the opportunity to pursue a whole array of training.
So whatever your child's passion is, you can support that.
To learn more, go to idsaves.org.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Dear Friday, we've got power tailgates to power game days. And a trailer backup guide. That's the champ of the ramp. Toyota trucks. Toyota. Let's go places.
Every time that we get in the car, number 1, buckle up. Number 2, no phones. And number 3, pay attention to your surroundings.
If I got in the car with my friends, I would definitely tell them to put their seatbelts on. I want to be able to get back home safely.
And Dr. Scott Holm at Brightside Dental, right here in Rigby, who are proud to help us recognize those who have served this great nation. From all of us here at Rigby High School and Trojan Nation, thank you, veterans, for your service and sacrifice. You are the true heroes of this Friday night. Again, veterans, please stand so we can get you your hat. Cheerleaders are out in the stands. If you're standing and haven't received a veteran Rigby Trojan hat, please stand, point them out. We've got one for all of the veterans here tonight. We love you, we thank you, and we appreciate all you do right here in Rigby High School as Trojan fans. Get a couple more, especially like right now. With just over 9 minutes to go, we're going to have the second half coming up. It is the Rigby Trojans that will have the kickoff return, or they'll get the kickoff. I'm losing track of what I'm trying to say. They will receive the ball in the second half. Coming up here in just about 9 minutes right here in the quarterfinals, Mountain View Mavericks, Rigby Red Devils coming your way in just a bit.
I like to look at the crowd.
Let's do it. Here's some scores from around the board. The Coeur d'Alene-Madison game is still in the first. It's all tied up, 0-0 still. The Rocky Mountain against the Eagles is 3-0. Rocky Mountain has the lead. Of course, you're right here. Mountain View's got the lead, 14-7 in the Rigby Trojan Mountain View Maverick games. And Timberline takes the lead against Middleton, 14-7 at the half. That is your scores in the 6A matchups. In 5A around the board, Matt, the Skyline Grizzlies are on top 43-35 in the fourth. Bishop Kelly on top 30-8 against the Blackfoot Broncos at halftime. Hillcrest on top 21-7 versus Lakeland at half. And Twin Falls versus Century. Twin Falls on top 22.
I love Lookout's campus branch. The vibe and the service. But with digital banking, it all comes to me. My customizable dashboard provides all my information. Accounts, cards.
Anything else?
I'm good. Bill pay, even my credit score. Gotta go. I mean, you gotta go download this app and upload convenience today.
An Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through 2 strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
Hanging out is always hype. And with me and the crew leaving shindig, I went to was just my type. Sorry, stretchy little frame, I ain't lying, felt shit was fine. This sweet young Miss Cole gave me a kiss and I took that shit was mine. Took her to the limousine, still parked outside. I tipped the chauffeur when it was over and I gave her my own ride. Didn't get her off my Jack Stewart. I like static clean, but that's what happens when bodies start slapping from doing a wild thing. She wanna do the wild thing. Closer gate to the 10.
Welcome back to Rigby High School as we are in almost the second half of play here in Rigby, Idaho, home of the Rigby, what I've been calling the Rigby Trojans. I just got a little lesson here in the broadcast booth by the Rigby faithful. Apparently it is a tradition that Armando Gonzalez, head coach for Rigby, has started when Rigby was a lot smaller, and years ago, they were called the Red Devils. And then during a consolidation of high schools, they became the Rigby Trojans and have been known forever, actually, many years, as the Trojans. But the tradition with Armando became that when they get to the state playoffs, they are now the Red Devils. For those of you who are looking at our broadcast, you've been seeing who the heck are the Red Devils up on the screen. That's Rigby. So that is their tradition, and what a fun tradition that is for them as they are having some fun with the state playoff games, as they should. This is high school football, and Rigby in a position to defend a title, and they want to defend that title as they have done many years now. And the Mavericks, Mountain View, just playing very well. That's kind of been the tale of two quarters as Rigby kind of dominated this first quarter of play. They took it on their first possession, took it down and scored 7-0 at that point in time. And the Mavericks get the ball and then moved it down the field and tied up the score for a 7-7. And then we went into the second quarter with a tied game, and the Mavericks were able to tip a punt by the Red Devils. I'm having trouble here getting the adjustment from the Trojans to the Red Devils. Tipped a Red Devil punt and put themselves in perfect field position around midfield. And Nelson dropped back and just threw a long bomb, connected with his receiver into the end zone. Wilson, his receiver was Denton Wilson. And a beautiful pass. And they went into the end zone, touchdown to take the Mavericks up 14-0. So that's how we finished the first half. For the second half, the Mavericks will be kicking off. They'll be kicking my right to my left, as you see it. Rigby with two kickoff returners in the backfield. Golding is going to get the reception, or make the catch at the 1 yard line. He pounds it forward, and he's going to get it back to about the 24 yard line, I think. Pretty good return. He's got some wheels, that young man. Rigby, a team that's got some very fast runners. I happened to bump into Q Kofe's grandfather at halftime, a longtime old friend, Brad and Charisse, good neighbors, lived across the street from me, love those guys. And he said, oh, yeah, Tim, he's very fast. So I'm looking forward to seeing him open it up as Rigby opens up this series. Handed off not to Kofe, but to the big guy, Amani Morel. And he powers, just a power move. He's really reminds me of Gomez Ricks on the Mavericks. Both of those two players, Morel and Gomez Ricks, just so much strength on them as they power in. They pick up 5 yards. Morel was able to pick up 7 on that play, and it's a second down for the Red Devils. They're going to fake that handoff again, and Flowers is going to keep it, and he's going to pick up the first down as he's going to be brought down at the 40 yard line. On the tackle, Stanton Butikofer, wrong side. Bill Gates Mutua. But it gives the Red Devils a first down at the 40 yard line. So that's hopefully, if you're a Red Devil faithful, that's the changes that you wanted to see happen at the halftime. They're going to hand it off again to Morelli. Morelli pounds through that middle. He'll pick up a gain of probably another 5-6 yards. Yep, they do give him 6 yards. So, man, if he's good for 6 yards, I say give that ball to him all the time. Let him eat up the clock. Move the ball all the way down and score, so we tie it up. But that opens up that throwing game, that short throwing game, the 10-yard passes that can really make a difference. The hand up the middle, going to get the first down. Morel just They fake a quarterback keeper, and at the last moment, Flowers hands it off to Morrell, and he just powers through all the way down to the 44-yard line. What a great run. Morrell just making his presence known. I think they're going to give him a rest now as they bring Kofe in. Flowers back into the shotgun. Kofe to his right, man in motion. Goulding coming across. They're going to fake it to Kofe. Flowers looking to throw. He's going to keep it, and he's going to be very close to a first down. A yard short. They mark it a yard short, but he's going to pick up 9 yards. Gutsy move as he was a couple of good hits on that. So a quick handoff. Kofe going to get the ball. He'll get the first down without question. He'll get it all the way down, I think, to the 31. He's so darn quick that he just makes that move, and it's hard to adjust if you're a big guy. Speaking as a big guy, he's just so fast that he's able to juke and move. It's hard to bring him down without a little bit of a gain there, and they do not. They get the first down. So Rigby handed off up the middle to Morrell. Morrell caught this time, not going to get the yardage he has been getting. That is Hunter Peck making the stop for the Mavericks. And they'll give him, I think it's 2 yards, but the down marker guy leaned over to say something to, it is 2 yards. He leaned over to say something to the other chain marker guy, and I couldn't tell if there was anything there. Flowers getting handed off up the middle again to Morrell. Morrell breaks it loose. He's trying to keep on his feet. Oh, he's going to be brought down just shy of the first down, or the touchdown. Trying to see where they mark that. I think it's at the 1. They do mark it at the 1. Touchdown saving tackle by Bill Gates Mutua. But Rigby now at the door of a touchdown with a first and goal from the 1. Morrell injured on the play. He's limping down the sidelines as the medical personnel carrying to him. That's got to be concerning, as he's been that whole drive for the most part. Their whole team crowding around him now, trying to find out how to help him. I hope, Morrell family, I hope he's able to rub some dirt in it, as my grandma used to say, and back into the game. And they're going to hand that off to Kofe. Kofe's going to be into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Devils. Kofe picking up his first touchdown of the evening, and he was not going to be denied. Even though he had crossed what looked like the plane, he turned around with his back to the goal line and started pumping those legs. What a great muscle young man. That young man is going to have a lot of games in his future. He's just a junior, and I think he'll probably follow his brother's tradition and try to take that to another level, and good for him. I hope he does. All right, Rigby now needing this extra point kick to even up the score. Kick is up. It's good, and it's a tied ball game. Andrew Janes with that PAT kick. And we're back to the start of the game, really. Tied game here into the third quarter as Rigby takes that first drive from the kickoff all the way down and scores. So it'll be interesting to see what the Mavericks do as far as their corrections at halftime. Want to recognize our power boosters again. They include Eckersell Funeral Chapel, Idaho Drug, Bellhaven Real Estate, Pro Pete Fertilizer, The Roof Rescue, Brightside Dental, MVP Rentals, Java Express, Anytime Fitness in Rigby, Teton Auto Group, Fibercom, all for Rigby and for the Mavericks. Mountain View Mavericks include the Metro Appraisals and the Curb Bar and Grill. So we are now, Rigby, ready to kick off after their touchdown. And trying to check. I'm trying to check the sidelines, see if I can see an update on Morrell, and I'm not seeing one yet. He might be out of the sideline. Kickoff is up, good. It's caught. Mountain View's got the return. They're going to bring it out to about the 26-yard line. And that is number 26, Grady Connors, with the return. And they will mark it at the 26. I was looking, there's fire, or there's smoke on the field. I was going, where's that from? And I remembered, oh, yeah, they set off a rocket for the score. 2 rockets this time. Do they set one off consistently with their 3rd touchdown? Do they set off 3 rockets, 4th touchdown, 4 rockets? I was seeking for clarification and put him on the spot. He doesn't know. Oh, wow. Handoff in the backfield, and he's going to be caught and brought down. That's the Rigby defense. Ethan Hickman, just nobody touched him, and Hickman got in there and just took him down. It's going to be a loss of 2, but it's a tackle for a loss, not a sack, but a 2-yard loss, and that just disrupted the Mavericks. Red Devils liking with that. You feel some more enthusiasm back in the Red Devils. Nelson with one back in the shotgun. Nelson back to throw. He's scrambling now to the right. Looking, he throws. He's got a receiver. It was intercepted. I'm looking to see if the call is, the officials do say it's an interception. See who that is. I think that was number 28. Rigby's 20s. Hayden Harris. Who got the interception? Yeah, we can't see. The crew didn't see. But Rigby with the interception. And that turnover, a big, big deal because now they have the ball on the Mavericks' 38-yard line and the momentum in their favor as they are excited. They just scored a touchdown, just got an interception off of the lone throw of this half for Nelson, excuse me. And Rigby looking to capitalize. If the Red Devils can take this into the end zone, they're going to start feeling comfortable. Not too comfortable, though. Flowers with the ball. He's back to pass. He's looking. He's going to throw. His receiver falls down, and it goes over his head. The receiver was coming back to grab that. And Ethan Freeman there, I don't know if he got tied up. All I saw was the result of at the end, and that was him falling down. That is not what they wanted to have happen because he was open, would have been a first down and then some. And as a result, it's a 2nd down for Rigby. Flowers need to make a couple of connections here as Flowers has not been able to connect with that long ball that we thought he would be able to do. He's going to hand that one off up the middle. It looks like Morrell is back in the game. Amani Morrell back in the game with that carry. He'll pick up, I'm going to call it 2 yards. So that's a 3rd and 8. Morrell, big guy, not limping this time now. So whatever, it must have been a Charlie horse, just worked it out. And they're going to go in now a 3rd and 8 for the Red Devils, needing to make this connection and get a first down when they have the advantage of that turnover for them in this great field position. Flowers now looking to audibilize, looks like he did, as the coach frantically waving to a different play. Flowers back to pass. He looks, he throws. He's got a receiver, and the catch is made. It'll be a first down. Evan Freeman makes that catch, a sliding catch at about the 20, about the 18-yard line maybe. I can't see where they mark it. It's the it's the 22-yard line. Flowers caught in the backfield. He's able to spin out of it, but not by far. The Mavericks, number 44, that's Mason Garcia, is finally able to bring him down after he should have been down for a loss of 4. Was able to get a gain of 1. So first and 8, Morelli with the handoff, just powering. What a beast of a man. He carries 3 of the Mountain View line with him. Harrison Bagley finally is able to bring him down. But that's going to set up a 3rd and 4 for the Red Devils in deep in the Mavericks own field, side of the field, excuse me. I was just trying to measure the distance to see, wondering if the Rigby team has a kicker who could kick a field goal if they get stopped on this play. We'll have to see what happens. Man in motion, Jacob gets it. He's going to keep it. He's going to run. He's going to go around the right side of the field. Is he going to get it in? Wait. It's a touchdown. Flowers gets the corner. Touchdown, Rigby. Adam Hill, the PA announcer here for the Rigby Red Devils, loves his job. You can't hear him in the background. He's definitely enthusiastic. He's got my throat hurting just listening to him. Great time. So Rigby now goes back up on top and looking to take a full touchdown lead. Kick is up, and it's good. So the extra point good. Andrew Janes now with his 3rd PAT, and it's a 21-14 lead for the Rigby Red Devils in the 3rd quarter of play. About 4 minutes left to play in this 3rd quarter. Certainly a lot of football time left to play. A lot of time. Full quarter and a half almost. So anything could happen here in this quarterfinals championship game. Just recognizing a couple of sponsors again. If you're having trouble with your propane fireplace or freestanding stove, Fall River Propane can help. Fall River Propane services all makes and models of propane fireplaces and stoves. Call or visit fallriverpropane.com. Hottest burning, low-cost propane for residential or commercial delivery. Also, the Bank of Commerce is a proud supporter of all area schools with 17 locations across Idaho and southwest Montana. For local decisions and exceptional service, make the Bank of Commerce your bank of a lifetime. Member of the FDIC, equal housing lender. All right, Rigby with a kick. It's a low kick caught by the Mountain View team. What a great return. They were going to bring it out to about the 33-yard line before the entire team collapses on them. That is number 31, Cooper Schnitt, who brings the ball out on a great return. Had some good speed and looked like some power, but he ran into about 6 of the Red Devils, and that was all they wrote. So they mark that at the 33-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Mavericks as they try to answer the touchdown drive that the turnover gave the Red Devils. They ought to be not enthusiastically happy about that at all. Nielsen barely gets the snap away from his man in motion. He's going to be caught in the backfield, and it'll going to go down for a loss. That is going to be Boston Balsmeyer in the backfield for the Red Devils, and he takes him down. They'll say he was down at a loss of 1, so at the 32-yard line. And that's not how Mavericks envisioned that play going. So it's a 2nd down and 11 for the Mavericks. Nelson calls for the ball. He looks to pass. He's looking, nothing there. He's going to tuck it, and I think he tripped and went down. I think Ethan Hickman will get credited for the tackle as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, so a gain of a yard. But I do think that was turf toe, if you want to know the truth. The turf just kind of reached up and grabbed him and took him down. 3rd and 10 for the Mavericks here, as this is a very important series of downs for them. They've got to get this 1st down to keep this drive alive. They can't afford to go down by a touchdown any farther. Nilsson looking. He's going to run out to the right. He throws. He connects to a receiver. Receiver makes the catch and goes out of bounds. That's big number 4, Valentin Gomez-Ricks. He's going to pick up a gain of, I think, 5. 4th and 5. Maybe even, I'm going to call it a long 5. 4th and 5. Mavericks, I think, at this point, don't want to give Rigby the ball this close to their own end zone. I fully expect, and now they do send out their punting crew. And they will end up punting that. Looking for the punter for the Mavericks. That's number 3, Brody Monson. Also a good return man of many talents. Monson gets the ball off. A nice punt, high. Touched by the Rigby Trojans. Goes free, but Rigby able to fall on it. That was fortuitous for the Red Devils as Freeman went through. I think he was looking to just let it bounce, and it hit his leg, and he had to quickly jump forward and fell on it, which he wisely did. And we'll give Rigby the ball at the 36-yard line. Still good field position for the Red Devils. And the Mavericks, we've got the officials discussing something. Looks like there was an, let's see what it was.
That foul will be added to the end of the run. First down, Rigby.
Wow. That's a 15-yard penalty, illegal block below the knees against Mountain View. I'm trying to wait. I think that's a 15-yard penalty. I'm watching the officials. They haven't marked it off yet. Now they start. There's 5. There's 10. It is 15 yards. So they'll bring it down midfield. It's going to be at the 49-yard line of the Mavericks after that costly 15-yard penalty against the Mavericks. 1st and 10 for the Red Devils. And Jacob Flowers in. He's calling for it. He's going to hand it off to Kofe up the middle. Kofe breaking a few tackles. He's moving forward. Oh, again, almost made the break. He's going to pick up a gain of 9 on that play. And looks like they've got a Maverick player down. He is not, oh, that's not looking good. I hope that's not what it looks like. Was on the bottom of that pile, and okay, I see some movement now. He wasn't moving. That's always scary. So trainers on both sides of the field come out to look at him and hopefully help him out. Let's while they're doing that, let's recognize some more of our sponsors. They include Pocock Trucking. Pocock is based in Sugar City, Idaho, but sends trucks all over the western United States and Canada. They haul bulk commodities like feed, fertilizer, grain, and potatoes, and they offer small minor shop repairs as well as a full-service lube bay. They grow potatoes and dairy-quality alfalfa and more. They could even sell you a used truck if you need one. Pocock Trucking's main office is in Sugar City, and their truck shop is located in St. Anthony. To find out more, go to www.pocockTrucking.com. Also, Pro Pete Fertilizer is an environmentally friendly, enviro-friendly, that's a mouthful, product that reduces leaching. Peat-bound nutrients release when plants need them. It's dark in this press box. I apologize. Let me do that again. Peat-bound nutrients release when plants need them. Carbon 90 Plus binds nutrients to the natural carbon of peat moss, encouraging steady plant growth for healthier turf with less mowing and thatching. It truly is a great product for turf and ornamental applications. Pro Pete wants to wish the Rigby football team good luck in the playoffs. This is not looking good. Looks like the trainer out there with a brace. Oh, folks, I'm not liking the looks of what I see. We might have an extended break here as they are looking for personnel to help tend for him. 3 guys with sports medicine jackets on down there looking, so I'm assuming we have a medical doctor down low with the injured player. Hold on just a sec. Oh. Yeah, it looks like the officials are now looking for emergency vehicles. So we're going to maybe pick up some of our commercial sponsors while we're waiting. We'll fade away for some commercial sponsors, and we'll be back in just a minute.
I love Lookout's campus branch. The vibe and the service. But with digital banking, it all comes to me. My customizable dashboard provides all my information. Accounts, cards.
Anything else?
I'm good. Bill pay, even my credit score. Gotta go. I mean, you gotta go download this app and upload convenience today.
An Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through 2 strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
No, I should be completely plugged in. I'm all plugged in.
All right, we're back here at Rigby. We're back here at Rigby High School, where we are in an official timeout. An injured Mountain View player on the field. Looks like parents are being brought down. They're looking for, looks to me to be an emergency vehicle to come in. On the line with me here, the Rigby PA announcer, Mr. Hall.
Adam Hall on with you, Tim. It's good to be with you here today. You know, we're in for an interesting game. We certainly hope that Mountain View Maverick that's down on the field is going to be okay. It's always scary. Hopefully it's more precautionary than as serious as it looks, but you never know.
Well, I would rather they take an abundance of caution.
Absolutely.
And if there's a concern, take him to the Ermac Hospital here regionally is a great hospital. Mountain View Hospital, both great hospitals within about a 15-20 minute drive.
You know, and we were talking, you and I, as you kind of took off a break, we're trying to figure out what happened there, but it just looked like the player was just underneath about 7 or 8 different players, and I mean there was
bottom of the pile.
He was at the bottom of the pile, and it was hit hard. Q Kofe on that carry was the one that was coming right up the middle, and after he broke through the first group of defenders and into the secondary, it just everybody came. We had Rigby Trojans trying to push Kofe forward, and you had Mountain View Mavericks trying to bring him down, and the injured player just right there at the bottom. And
well, I'm looking at the size of those Mountain View players that were on top of him.
Yeah.
And let's average them at about 200 pounds apiece. There were 6 of them.
Yeah.
A lot of weight.
Yeah, at least 6 of them. My goodness gracious. So
that was
hopefully we see everything going okay. We did see he was wiggling his feet. We've got somebody with binoculars watching, and
I got some too, and I've been watching. They moved him. He was laying on his side initially. He moved his feet. He's laying out straight now. They've got a neck brace on him.
Yeah. So, so we know that you're not seeing the field. We try to keep it off the field, but he's surrounded by plenty of great individuals. That's for sure.
Yeah,
but I see here comes the emergency vehicles onto the track right now. I can see the lights in the reflection of the school.
I can see it off the food truck.
And there's off the food truck, yeah. So they're definitely get him here. Definitely not what you want to see in a semifinal, or I'm sorry, a quarterfinals playoff.
The challenge becomes that we've been stopped in action for 15 minutes.
Yep. And what happens, Tim, in this situation? Do they try to let the players warm back up? Has it been long enough that they'll do that? I mean, this is probably still going to take another 10 minutes as they load them up into the ambulance.
Take 10 minutes. They will let them loosen up for about a minute, 2 minutes tops, but they really want to get right back into action. And as the ambulance now is on the field, and they will be transporting him. And I hope it's just, again, an abundance of caution and not anything serious.
We'll get updates, and as I hear updates at the end of the game, Tim, I'll make sure to let you know what we hear, because we usually get updates in the booth to try to let the fans know and everybody that's out there. But they are on the field. The ambulance is there at the 40-yard line where the play took place. They're bringing out the stretcher, and they're going to get him on there. Again,
they brought out Mom and Dad. Most importantly, Mom
yep.
and Dad are down there. I can see them. They're very upset. Heart goes out to them.
It's hard to watch.
It always chokes me up. I've been on many a game and seen some pretty rough injuries. And it's just, you have flashbacks.
Absolutely.
You always think of if you're old like me, you think of the Joe Heisman compound fracture in the middle of an NFL game. That was
absolutely
brutal. And I don't think that happened here.
Well, as an update, as we kind of take minds away from this, I know fans on watching the YouTube feed aren't seeing what we're seeing, but just an update. I know the winner of this game is going to play the Eagle, and between the winner of the Eagle Rocky Mountain game right now.
Yep.
I'm watching that one on NFHS Network right now, Tim. As I've got it here, I've been letting the fans know Rocky Mountain is on top 13-6 now.
That's a close game, though.
In the fourth quarter, it was tied 0-0 for 3-0 was the halftime score. And then Rocky got another field goal and was up 6-0. I believe that's the order it went in. And then Eagle came in. I didn't see if Eagle got a touchdown and missed an extra point, or if somehow they got two.
More likely
that's
than not.
Yeah,
That's
but it was tied up 6-6, and then Rocky Mountain just got another touchdown within the last few minutes. Now Rocky Mountain is got the ball back too. Unfortunately, NFHS on this feed I'm watching doesn't tell me how long is left in the game. But Rocky Mountain certainly in control.
It's got to be probably 6 to 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Interesting thing that Rocky Mountain is ahead, right?
Yeah. That Eagle Mustang, the Eagle, that's a big team too. As we talk about big players, holy cow.
Well, those are the two teams that beat this Mountain View team.
Absolutely.
In the season.
Yeah.
So Mountain View, I'm sure, wanting a rematch with whichever one they can get.
In the event that it's a Rigby Trojan victory, one of those teams will have to come to Rigby and play in a little bit colder weather. If
a foot of snow is what you're telling me, Adam.
if Mountain View wins this game here at Rigby High School, it will go to Mountain View.
Well, because both teams are going to be on that side of the state.
So yeah, it'll be a Boise game no matter what if Mountain View wins. So I would assume that Eagle or Rocky would love to have Mountain View win this game.
Without question.
So they don't have to face the Rigby Trojans on the top bracket. They have home field advantage for the rest of the game, for the rest of the playoffs until it plays. Now, the interesting thing about as we talk about the bracket here, Tim, the Timberline Middleton game. Let me see if I can. Do we have scores on those? Let me see if I can get them while we're.
I don't have them, but
I'll take a look.
I can tell you that the Coeur d'Alene Madison game with almost a half, it was Coeur d'Alene 28, Madison 0.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if Coeur d'Alene wins that game, that's what every Rigby fan here doesn't want to see is Coeur d'Alene win out, because if Rigby plays Coeur d'Alene in the championship, or anybody, it'll go up to Coeur d'Alene.
Go up to
Otherwise, it stays here at the ICCU Dome if Rigby can win out. But there's still a lot of state football to play to start making that. But is Coeur d'Alene at the end of the second 20-0 is what I've got.
I just got the update on the broadcast. It's 28-0.
28-0, so even more.
A minute left until half. So going there.
So that'll be interesting. The Timberline Middleton game. I'll see if I can find that one as well.
The interesting thing here, Adam, the crowd that's kind of surrounding this injured player, Shield shielding everyone from seeing who it is. We obviously know who it is. We don't want to give that name out. As they are leaving him in his helmet and pads on a brace board and a neck board, and they're being very, very gentle in their loading of him into the ambulance.
Yeah, very, very tender.
And I've noticed just a few minutes ago the Mountain View coach.
And here comes the applause as they get him into the ambulance.
Nice.
Our hearts and prayers go out to this family and this young man. You're seeing a lot of recognition from both sides.
Both sides, yeah.
And that's great. That's what we want to see.
It is. These, again, the game's over. We're all high school students from Idaho, right?
Exactly.
And that's who we want to represent, state of Idaho.
Exactly.
So nobody getting hurt seriously on our watch.
Yeah, it's hard to see. I mean, it's hard to see.
It's always hard. Like I said, I've seen a number of these injuries. This one looks to be fairly serious. I hope that it's not. And just folks out there, just know that if you're of the mindset, good thoughts or prayers, whatever the case may be for you, this Maverick team could use some help. The coach just drew them into a big huddle as they were loading the injured player, and was talking to them, and I'm sure was saying something to the effect of, hey, we can't let this get us down. We got to finish this game out. We got to win it for our injured teammate. And they're now warming up on the sideline to make sure that they didn't lose anything. Rigby has been very good. They were huddled around trying to offer their support to the injured player. It's just heartbreaking when you see this at the.
You could probably pan to the ambulance now that he's not in it if you want to show.
Yeah. They're going to show the ambulance. The player is loaded into the ambulance, so we won't be giving away any identity. His parents are with him, or at least I think his mother is. I think his father probably would go to their vehicle and meet them at the hospital.
Yeah. So they'll go check him out, and again, if we get updates, we'll definitely let you know. From all of us here up in the Rigby Trojan side of the booth, we're hoping for nothing but the best. That's the last thing you want to see happen to any player. But
well, I'd say that goes for all those. Idaho Sports and NFHS. None of us want to see an injured player. That isn't good for anybody.
Nope.
And doesn't promote our programs. I saw a pretty bad injury on a game once, and when I was leaving the stadium, I heard one of the mothers say, "That's the reason why I'm not going to let my kid play ball anymore." So we want to see that happen as it goes.
They did come out, and the officials did say we're going to give them a 3-minute warm-up. We're a minute and a half into that 3-minute warm-up as the players are out on the field just trying to get back warm again on both sides. There goes Central Ambulance. It's a good-looking ambulance. I will tell you this, that the ambulance district passed here in Rigby in the last the last bond. And
that's true. You guys had to bring ambulances out of Idaho Falls.
Yeah,
previously.
Everything came from out of Idaho Falls. So it's actually good to see Central Ambulance being used. There's your tax dollars at work, Rigby. Is everybody that was frustrated with putting that out there. If it was, so here's what would have happened if that ambulance district didn't get passed. We would have had EMTs out here, and that would not have been as awesome as that ambulance.
Quick response unit, right?
Yeah, our quick response, the QRU.
But then you'd have to wait for transport
and then
from Idaho Falls. So we'd be in a 45 to an hour wait.
And what they would have done is they would have probably loaded him in a QRU unit and then a quick response unit. Met at County Line Road, unloaded him out, put him in the ambulance.
No.
What a nightmare, right? This is why the ambulance district is awesome. So, not that I'm trying to get into politics, but holy cow, I'm glad to see the ambulance go. They're on their way.
Yeah, it's well past time for Rigby to have an ambulance.
Well, Tim, I'm going to jump off. I'll let you kind of keep it going. We're 25 seconds away from getting into it, but
thanks for joining us, Adam. We appreciate your insight and your enthusiasm. It's been fun to listen to.
I have a lot of fun, so hope to be back on with you soon.
All right. Thanks, Adam. Okay, we're back here as we're getting ready just at the end of the warm-up. That break, unfortunate. We're midway through the third quarter. And broadcast team keeping me honest. We're watching the ambulance now pull out and go down the road past the high school, between the high school and the stadium. Just tugs on your heart as a parent. I'm watching that, having lived through many children, and just looking for it to go well. All right, the action is going to come back as Rigby now again takes the field. It's a 2nd and 1 for the Red Devils. The Mavericks needing to shake off this team challenge for them. Flowers calls for the ball. He's going to get it. He's going to throw to Morrell out of the backfield. Morrell is going to just, that's a big guy juking and moving. He gets the first down and another 10, 12 yards. Morrell, wow. Amani Morrell, you are an amazing. He caught that ball, and I thought he was going to get 5 yards and still have the first down. He got 12. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line of the Mavericks. Mavericks pulling out some great tricks here as the big guy can catch and run, showing that there's more than one way to use that big bruising body. Flowers looking to pass. He's looking. There's nobody there. He's running around the right side. He's going to keep it. He'll get hit and brought down pretty quick. That is number 26 with the hit, Grady Connors. So Flowers comes down. Connors brings him down after a gain of 1. So a 2nd and 9. Flowers has pretty much made that end-around run work for him. So that was he threw a quick pass. He gets his receiver. It's caught. I think that is 85. I haven't seen him yet tonight, but that is Jackson Nelson. Nelson made a diving catch, and they'll get a first down at the 10-yard line. I guess the 11. 1st and 10 because they got the marker still up. You hand it off the middle. Morrell going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Rigby. 11-yard carry for Morrell, and he just powered into that end zone. That's almost a thing of beauty. I have no other way to say it. That young man has ability. I'd love to see him be able to take it to the next step and play some college ball. He'd be fun to watch at that level as well. So it's now 27 to 14. Janes into kick. Kick is up. And it's good. PAT good. It's a 28 to 14 lead for the Red Devils in a massive change of direction as the Red Devils went into halftime down a touchdown, 14-7, now up 28 to 14. So the Mavericks facing an uphill battle now as I don't know if I can say comfortable went into halftime, but they certainly went into halftime feeling good because they had the lead and the momentum. And now Rigby scored 3 straight times on them. They got to be reeling here with continuing in the playoffs on the line. 1 minute, 30 seconds left in this third quarter. And for all intents and purposes, 1 quarter of play left, and the Mavericks have to stop the Rigby Red Devils from advancing as they have the last 3 series, and they've got to get their offense going. It's been struggling here this second half of play. That second quarter was their 1 quarter to shine, and they need more. Squib kick going to be recovered by the Mavericks. That'll be picked up by Frankie Muragazi. They put it, I'm looking here, they're going to put it at about the 29-yard lane. They do put it at the 29. So that's a 1st and 10 for the Mavericks. Mavericks needing some great action. I'm sure Maverick faithful would love to see Nelson drop back and throw that long bomb to Wilson into the end zone again. I don't know if they can repeat that. That was a thing of beauty. But if you're a Maverick faithful, I'm sure that's what you're praying for right now, to get back in this game a little bit. One back in the backfield, Nelson with the back. He's going to hand it off to the big guy up the middle. He's going to be tripped up at the line. I think he'll fall forward for a gain of 2. Gomez Ricks, just like Morrell, he is, wow. He tripped up and fell forward for 3 yards, not 2. He got 5 yards on that carry after having been tripped at the line of scrimmage. That's amazing. That young man also goes into my potential receivers for college, or running backs for college. All right, snap to Nelson. Nelson looking to throw. He's going to be caught from behind by the Red Devils. That's the Red Devils, number 40, Ethan Hickman. Hickman gets that, I don't know if it's for a loss because it looks like we're still going to be sitting at 3rd and 6, so a loss of a yard. So the Red Devils coming up on defense right now, handling that well. And the Mavericks needing a big. It's a 3rd down here, 3rd and 6. Nelson looking for a change from the coach. They call him an audible in. He yells it to the line. And now the Red Devils call a timeout. So we'll have a timeout on the field. I didn't see that coming. I thought they were going to struggle to get that off. But, hey, folks, we've talked about the Power Boosters and our sponsors here tonight. Do you have what it takes to be a Power Booster for your school on IdahoSports.com? Show your devotion to your school and advertise your business at the same time by becoming a Power Booster. You get a large, clickable display banner on every team page for your school and a clickable link with your business name on every broadcast we do for the school during the regular season and the state tournaments. Power Boosters are a great way for you and your business to be seen by tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands with the playoffs of current and potential clients and customers. And the best part, it's 100% tax deductible. I love that part. Becoming a Power Booster is fast and easy. Just email sales at IdahoSports.com, and within 24 hours, your business can be proudly seen on your favorite schools, teams, schedules, rosters, and conference schedules. Check it out today. Email sales at IdahoSports.com and become a Power Booster with IdahoSports.com. All right, the Mavericks now trying to get a jump by the Red Devils. We're going to wait for the call here. There's a flag on the field. Nope, it's going to go against the Mavericks. So that'll be an illegal start on the Mavericks. They mark it back 5 yards. It's a 3rd and 11. For the Mavericks, a big 3rd down. They've got to have this one. Nelson back to throw. He's looking. He gets a throw off. It's tipped by the Red Devils, and it will fall incomplete. That is a great game going for Evan Freeman as he tipped that ball away out of the hands of the Mavericks, and now a 4th and 11 for the Mavericks. They have no choice deep in their own side of the field. They have to punt. So they bring in Brody Munson. Stout kick return man and a pretty darn good punter based on tonight's evidence. Kick is up. It's the kick is good. It was a high snap fielded by the Rigby Red Devils. That is Freeman. Evan Freeman grabbed it and tried to get away, but there were way too many Mavericks in the area. So he's brought down at about the 37-yard line. That'll be a 1st and 10 for the Rigby Red Devils. Well, we got 40 seconds left, 42 seconds left. Oh, 2 seconds. All right, well, 2 seconds enough for one play before they switch ends of the field. But Rigby got to feel comfortable right now moving into the 4th quarter of play of this quarterfinals playoff action. And in control by 3 touchdowns. So, I guess 2 touchdowns. They've had 3 touchdowns, but they're in control by 2. Flowers is going to keep the ball. He's going to be brought down pretty quick. That is number 43, Harrison Bagley brings him down, but he does get a yard out of it. And that's going to bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. And thus far, 3rd quarter, 2nd half, it's been all Rigby Trojans. The Mavericks coming up short on every drive they've had, either by turnover or a punt. And Rigby just trying to trying to run their offense. I would expect to see a lot of running by the Rigby Red Devils at this point as they try to eat up that clock, get them out of the fourth quarter with a 2-touchdown lead. They really want to look forward to the Eagle Rocky Mountain winner in next week's game, because that would be, as Adam stated earlier, would be here at Rigby, their home field advantage, and certainly my first time back here at Rigby in probably 6-7 years, they've created a very big home field advantage with pregame fireworks and pregame annex. It's a lot. It's a lot of fun. So I'm sure if you're a Rigby faithful, you want to see it. And the Mavericks saying, no, we need to get past these guys and show that we are in the championship elite squad and can move forward. Going to hand that off up the middle to Kofi. Kofi breaking it forward. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. Wow. Q Kofi, just the speed on this young man. I love to watch him run. He takes it down to the 50-yard line with a first down, and I think they'll bring him out and give him a rest. He ran hard enough. He deserves it. And bring Morrell in. Amani Morrell. They're going to hand it off to Morrell. He's going to hit that line. Stopped well, actually, by the Mavericks. He'll pick up a gain of probably a long 3, maybe even a short 4 on the play. On the stop for the Mavericks. Hunter Peck, been calling his name a lot on stops, seen him all over the field. Peck having a good night. Adam Curtis having a good night. That defensive line, those young men working hard for the Mavericks. All right, Rigby man in motion. You hand it off again. Fake a handoff to Morrell. The pass quick out is caught. Goodley's going to take it in. I think he's going to take it all the way down. He does. Into the end zone. Touchdown. That is Owen Golding. Goodness. I was so excited I couldn't speak. What a pass. A 50-yard. Well, really, he caught that ball at the line of scrimmage. So it is a 50-yard run after the catch. So receiving yards, not rushing yards, but 50 yards on that catch by itself. You know, my problem tonight is going to be, how do I pick an IdahoSports.com player of the game? There's been a bunch of them so far. Golding certainly making his presence known, as I think that's his. Now the PAT kick is up and good. 35-14 lead as we just barely begin this fourth quarter of play here for the Rigby Red Devils, as they are just starting to pull away with the the action here. Mavericks acting stunned. They came out and just second quarter went all their way. I think they came out expecting it to continue, and the Red Devils made the corrections that they needed to make. They've handled it well. And now that's 4 straight touchdowns for the Red Devils after going with none in the second quarter, 1 in the first quarter. So what a second half this has been for the Red Devils, as they've mounted a comeback strong and trying to make their case for continuing towards their defense of a state title here in the 6A playoff action. And I think we'll probably have a final before the end of this game of that Rocky Mountain Eagle game because of the injury delay. Rigby with the squid kip. It's going to be fielded by the Mavericks. Mavericks looking for a hole, trying to find a seam. He turns the corner, being pushed out of bounds, but that's still a great return for Cooper Schnitt. And I'm trying to see if they mark it at the 31-yard line. That's a good return. Cooper's got to be happy with that. He hit that corner and made the turn, and they just pushed him out of bounds. I think he was wanting to turn on the afterburners and open it up and take it downfield. All right, the PA announcer saying that the Rocky Mountain has defeated Eagle now, so it'll be Rocky Mountain looking to take on the winner of this game. So, Adam, did I hear that right? Rocky Mountain with the win. Okay, yeah, Rocky Mountain with the win. So Rigby's or Mountain View's opponent next week now defined. We know who it's going to be. The only question is it going to be on this side of the state or on the Boise, Treasure Valley side of the state? Mountain View now rotating their receivers. Twin receivers at the top and bottom of the field. One lone back in the backfield. Now one of the receivers goes in motion. Nelson's looking to throw. He's looking, he throws. It's got a receiver, but the pass just too much goes out of bounds. He had Munson there, and if he could have got those bionics under control, he probably would have had a really good 25, 30-yard catch and move of the change. So the first down doesn't go their way. It's 2nd and 10 for the Mavericks, and we're at the point now while it's still early in the third quarter. Mavericks don't get something going on this drive, you got to feel like they're going to start losing hope. Nelson now with the ball. He's going to keep the ball up the field. Oh, he gets hit hard. Bounces up, but Rigby's DJ Bodero just hits him hard. Nelson getting up slowly. He does get up, but no question he felt that hit. As he was back to pass, that was not a designed quarterback keeper play. He was back to pass. His receivers all very well covered. The Red Devils in man-to-man coverage on those receivers. They're not going to let a long play get a hold of them. We got man-to-man coverage, and then one man, the safety, playing the zone. Pass is complete for the Mavericks, and that's going to be enough for a first down. What a great play as Munson takes that pass on the right side of the field. Caught it with 5 yards and gained 5 yards, 6 yards now as they bring it down to the 45-yard line. That's a 1st and 10 for the Mavericks. A little breath of hope there for them as they now come to the line as they continue to try to move this ball downfield and get some points on the board and try and get back in this game. Nelson back to pass. He's looking. There's nothing there. He's rolling out to the left. He's being chased. A flag flies. I think it's probably going to be a holding call as Nelson will be pushed out of bounds with a gain of about 4. But there's no question in the area of where that flag is that will be a holding penalty on the Mavericks. And the Mavericks know that as they're walking it back. We'll look to the Whitecap as he walks over to make the call.
Holding, offense, number 71. 10-yard penalty to the previous spot. Third down.
That's painful for the Mavericks as they've been moving this ball, but now they have a 10-yard penalty against them. It's going to be 1st and 20. That is a lot when they were getting some positive momentum going forward and now having to make up a long distance. Going to trade out to receivers again as they did last time. Munson to the bottom of the screen, as well as Wilson. 2 men that have been seeing some good action from their quarterback Nelson tonight. Munson's going to take the short pass, and he'll be brought down immediately. Quick takedown. Rigby playing them tight. On that tackle was Cannon Korth. And now it's a 2nd and, see, that's about 18 yards.
18 yards to go for the Mavericks.
So 18 yards to go. Are we down to 8 minutes? 9 minutes, okay. All right, Nelson back. He's looking, he's throwing. He's got a man over the middle. It's Munson. Munson will get the catch. He'll pick up 8 yards, but that's going to set up a 4th and 9, where in an area I doubt they're going to kick it. Fourth down. Oh, they're saying it's 3rd. My apologies. I was looking at the down marker, not realizing he'd already changed that. So 3rd and 9, now very doable then. A play to give as Nelson in the shotgun. He's going to do nothing else. The pressure he's been getting tonight. He's back to pass. He's looking. He's rolling to the left side. He does throw. He's got a receiver. It's caught, and now another 5, 10. He's going to pick up 17 yards. It'll be a 1st down as who that is. That was Tyler Weaver made the catch. Haven't called his name yet. Tyler Weaver just made a catch and run that'll take the ball down to the 30 34-yard line. Yeah, I'm going to say 34. 34, 33. Can't see because of the bodies. Out 33. Mavericks are the first and 10. Some good positive momentum for them. They now again drop back. Nelson looked to pass. He throws. He's got a man over the middle. The man makes the catch. He'll get the first down and about 10. A great catch by Denton Wilson. His second great catch of the night. And it's a first down with the ball at the 14-yard line of the Rigby Red Rebels. Is it the 15? Okay, 15-yard line. Rigby showing blitz. I think they broke the line of scrimmage, and that will be against Rigby.
First snap, Trojan. Defense, number 40. 5-yard penalty, first down.
So that is against the Red Devils as they do cross that line of scrimmage prematurely. So it'll be a 1st and 5. If they can get this first down, the Mavericks will be within the 5-yard line. And 1st and goal. Or I'm sure they prefer a touchdown quicker, but pass. Nelson throws a pass. The receiver catches it. Touchdown. That's Wilson for his second touchdown of the night as they throw that coffin corner throw as he makes the catch, drags his both feet, gets them both in. It's a touchdown for the Mavericks. So the Mavericks doing their best to get back in this game, and just a 2-touchdown deficit now as they get ready to kick the PAT. I guess I'm assuming the PAT is good. I shouldn't do that. I know better than that. Richard Pasquale into kick. Snap is up. The kick is up. Is it? It's good. Pasquale good as gold tonight on PATs. And we've got now a 35-21 score. The Rigby Trojans, the Rigby Red Devils, in the lead by 2 touchdowns now. And they're wanting, in the fourth quarter with 8 minutes and change to play, they're wanting to stay on top of this. So as they get this kickoff return, they've got to find a way to drive down and get another touchdown. If they could get another touchdown and take 3 to 4 minutes off the clock just by doing it all on the ground, that'd pretty much seal the game for the Rigby Red Devils and give them the opportunity to advance into the semifinals of the championship series here in 6A high school football. State of Idaho. Timberline wins too, 21-7. Nice. I guess I should look at my broadcaster. Wallace beats Genesee, 2 points. Wow, that's big. Twin Falls beats Century, 22-7. Homedale wins, 30-22. Oh, this is a fun game. Genesee and Wallace were tied at 60 going into overtime. Timeout on the field. It's just some fun games going on, but when you see these 8-man football games in the 60-point range, they're fun to watch. If you've never watched an 8-man football game, you should. That Wallace-Genesee game ending in a 68-66 win for Wallace. Player of the game, young man Cooper Miller, 317 yards passing, 6 TDs, 107 yards rushing, and 34 yards of receiving. So we got 6 touchdowns rushing, 2 TDs, 6 touchdowns passing, 2 TDs rushing, 1 TD receiving. That's a game. Brandon Bainey, our sports director, on that call. That had to be a blast, Brandon. I hope you enjoyed that. So some of the finals coming in. We're still going at it here as we did have a slight delay due to injury. And the Mavericks capitalizing as they finally get that into the end zone. They're going to try the onside kick against the Red Devils. They get it. The kick goes 10 yards. Who comes up with it? Rigby gets the ball. They got the good hands team in there as Kofe was in there, and McCree Farnsworth makes the save, gets the ball and goes down. He wasn't going to be heroic and try and run that and fumble or anything. He's like, I recovered it. That's all we need. Now we want to eat up the clock. And Coach Gonzalez knows how to do that. He's well experienced in game clock management. And the Mavericks, knowing that they have to take this ball away, so they've got to get a takeaway, they've got to get an interception, got to force a fumble, anything they can, even sack or a big takedown for a loss. It looks like it's a final at Hillcrest now. Hillcrest 35, Lakeland 14. So Hillcrest advancing forward. Morrell's going to get the handoff. It's going to go up the middle, then off to the right. He carries half of the Maverick team down. He'll pick up 11 yards, gets the first down. Somebody should hand that man a trophy. Who can run 11 yards like he just did, carrying 3 or 4 guys? Oh, that's impressive. Armani, excuse me. You're playing like an Armani suit, so we're giving you the title. All right, the Rigby press crew up here, feeling the excitement of a potential win here. They are definitely having fun. As Rigby now will take the ball at the 43-yard line. Interestingly, Flowers will take the ball with 2 backs. He's going to hand it off to Morrell. Morrell again just powering 2 players, pushing all they had against him, and he still picked up 5 yards. This young man is just impressive, and now things getting chippy as a flag flies, and the Mountain View team all very upset. Must have said something to the official, and now the other official comes in, the head Whitecap, gets his partner out of the discussion, and obviously they said something to the official for the flag. So the officiating crew now trying to keep the Mountain View players away while the flag is discussed. The only thing that could be is a personal foul, 15-yard penalty, and that's going to work way against Mountain View. They're trying to get the ball and march it down the field. So we're waiting for the discussion to find out what the Whitecap will tell us. I love calling him Whitecap. It's like the good guys and the Cowboys and the Indians. Whitecap always wins. Black Caps don't. So as we wait for that discussion, one of the other officials goes down talking to the Mountain View team. Here comes the Whitecap. We're going to get a call.
After the play, personal foul, defense number 7. Personal foul, offense number 1. Those penalties will offset. They were dead ball penalties, so it'll be a 3rd down.
All right, double personal fouls, 1 on each team. Not what you want to see. Morrell obviously said something to Giannetti, and neither one of them liked what was being discussed. The officials will offset, so there'll be no change of where the ball is marked. It's at the, I'm going to say the 37-yard line. Okay, it's at the 37. It's a 3rd and about 5. I'm going to say a long 5. But it is a 3rd and 5. Discussion going on in the field. Looks like the coaching staff is. Oh, the officials now say that is a 2nd down. That must be what the coaches were talking about, is that was a 1st down run just before that. So Rigby getting, I don't know, a break, but at least there wasn't yardage marked off against either team. And hopefully give them a chance to settle down, cool the tempers a little bit. Flowers calls for the ball, drops back. He's going to keep that. Quarterback keeper up the middle. He'll fall forward for a gain of, I think, 3, maybe a long 3. Looking for the spot. It is a long 3. So it'll set up a 3rd and a long 2, I'm going to say. He'll have a timeout. That'll go against Mountain View. So that gives us a chance to just once more recognize our power boosters. By the way, remember, if you want to be a power booster, just contact us at sales@IdahoSports.com. we'll make sure that you represent your school and business and make a tax deduction out of it. So for the Power Boosters from Mountain View, they include the Metro Appraisals and the Curb Bar and Grill. I could use some of that grill right now. I'm kind of starving. And for the Red Devils, they include Fibercom, Teton Auto Group, Anytime Fitness in Rigby, Java Express, MVP Rentals, Brightside Dental, The Roof Rescue, Pro Pete Fertilizer, Bellhaven Real Estate, Idaho Drug, and Eckersell Funeral Home. Our great gratitude to these fine Power Boosters for helping bring this broadcast to you. Hopefully, comfortably watching it from home by a fireplace with lots of popcorn and sodas, and not out in the cold like the people here would all have hats and scarves and snowmobile suits on. All right, Rigby with the ball. It's a 3rd and maybe I'm going to say 2. Yeah, 3rd and 2. Going to hand it off to Morrell, and Morrell's going to power. You know, of course he's going to get it, and then another 5. And again, Chippy in there. Players need to get some control. I don't think there's any flags, but certainly some jostling as Morrell went down. But he gets it down to the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Red Devils. And the Red Devils doing a great job here of managing the clock and moving the ball at the same time as they get now moving over here to my broadcast partner. It's 5 minutes and 20 seconds and counting. As you see it on the screen here, just wonderful job. They've eaten off 3 minutes of the clock and chewed up the whole field. So a great job by the Red Devils. Flowers is going to hand it off. I think that's Kofe. Looking to see. I think it's Q. It is Q. He's going to pick up 2 yards on the carry as he met the mountain of Mavericks as he hit that line of scrimmage and still got 2 yards. So that's what speed and pure determination will do when you hit a wall. And Q did definitely hit a wall on that carry. Looks like they're trading Q and Armani. That plays like an Armani. What can I say? Armani. They keep trading him every other play, it looks like. Just to kind of mess up the defense, and is doing a good job. Morrell now in motion, and Flowers is going to keep the ball. He breaks it up the middle. He's going to take it down across the 15 to the 14. However, there is a flag. This may come back. I'm waiting. Let's see what the Whitecap has to say. It's going to be a spot of the foul as we watch him point. So it's not a holding penalty. Let's see what he's got to say. Here he comes.
Personal foul, face mask, defense. 27. That will give the Rigby Trojans an extra half the distance to the goal.
Face mask call against Mavericks. That's just painful to lose one of their teammates to an injury tonight, and then just nothing going their way the second half of this game. They can't even get a good tackle without getting a penalty, and it's got to feel like you're getting piled on if you're one of the Maverick faithful. So it's now a 1st and goal for the Red Devils. Flowers just kind of watching the clock. He's trying to eat up as much clock as he can. He's going to take it, hand it off to who else? Morrell. Morrell doesn't get in. He does get in. Nope. He does get it in. I'm watching the officials. I didn't see it, but now I see the fireworks, so he got to have gotten in. How he got past his second hit, I have no idea, because I lost him in that pile, and he bounced off and rolled into the end zone. This kid is amazing. He's a senior, if I remember correctly. He is. I'd love to know if he's got any offers, because if he doesn't, somebody's asleep at the wheel. That young man should have some offers as Rigby gets the touchdown. And now we'll get the PAT kick up. It is up and good. So Andrew Janes getting some great action with the kicking game tonight. And Rigby now very comfortable as they've got the 42 point for them, 21, got a 20-point lead really for Rigby, and 3 minutes on the clock. So no time whatsoever for the Mavericks to pull this out. Not trying to be defeatist, but it would take a miracle better than I've ever seen in 20-plus years of broadcasting. I did broadcast a Lake City and a Madison game where they were down by 2 touchdowns. And amazingly, Madison caused 2 turnovers and got 2 scores as time ran out and went for 2 and beat the Lake City team by 1 after they trailed them the whole game. So amazing things can happen, but with a 20-point deficit, that becomes a lot harder in 3 minutes. So if all things continue, it will be the Rocky Mountain team journeying up here next week to play Rigby here at this Red Devil field now. I guess transports to Red Devil. Nice long kick. It's going to go back. The Mavericks bobble it, but they pick it up. And they're going to come. He was looking for a hole. Rigby just getting down there. What a great job trying to get past. He got past 2 defenders, but couldn't get past all of the defenders. And again, that's Cooper Schnitt. Didn't get quite the return he has the last couple of teams, and he comes up limping. Looks like he's going to run to the sideline. His limp less and less as he goes. The whole team fell on top of him. I'd get up limping too. So it's Coeur d'Alene 35, Madison 7 in the third quarter. So that's not a final. Coeur d'Alene has not defeated Madison, but they are on top of them coming up the other side of the bracket. So for the Rigby faithful, they don't want to have that happen, because if they end up facing Coeur d'Alene, the championship game would be in Coeur d'Alene, and that's a guaranteed playing in the Kitty Dome in a home field advantage. Rigby doesn't want to give that up here. So the Mavericks with the ball at their 17-yard line. Nelson back to pass, not seeing anything. His pocket's collapsing. He rolls to the left, throws. He makes a catch. Boy, that big tight end for him. That's number 9, Tyler Weaver. He's actually a wide receiver, but he's big enough to be a tight end. That's the kind of guy you want to throw into, because Weaver was in double coverage, and he just threaded that needle right into Weaver. Weaver picks up that first down for him, brings the ball out to the 27-yard line. Nelson back to pass. He's going to keep it this time. He's going to run, going to the left side of the field, and slides down as he does not want to get crunched by the Rigby line that was looking at him. So they'll give him a yard. 1 yard of gain on that play. And Rigby, some of the big players starting to come off the field now. I don't know if that's just fatigue or if it's just rotating them through, give some of the younger players time to get some action on the field. Nelson back to pass. He's looking. The pocket's still there. Throws. He makes a pass to Munson. Munson makes the catch. Brought down at the 36-yard line. Trying to see, we've got official timeout on the field. I'm trying to see why. So it's going to put 3rd and 1 for the Mavericks. There we go. Mountain View with the charged timeout.
With 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the game clock.
Just looking at other scores, see if we can find anything else out. Mentioned the Hillcrest final, 35-14 over Lakeland. Coeur d'Alene up strong on Madison in the third, 35-7. So that's well in control for Coeur d'Alene, as they're kind of in the same position as Rigby right now in their game. And the Mavericks trying to pick it up. All right, so the Mavericks with the ball at their 36-yard line. Nothing but a passing game to go here. Nelson back in the pocket. There's nothing there. He's going to run it now. He's headed towards the sideline trying to run out. He gets the first down and a yard. So he will pick up that first down. That was the important thing. No need to force a pass that could be picked off when you can get a fresh set of downs, and he does. So that'll put the ball at the, I'm going to say the 38-yard line. It is the 38. My broadcast team making sure that I know that. And they'll go with a fresh set of downs and not much time. They've got to sometimes start looking at taking a deep shot. This would be the great time to do it. Nelson's looking, he throws, he's got a quick pass into Munson. Munson makes the catch, be a pickup of 7 yards on the play. Brody Munson being a very frequent target for the quarterback, Henry Nelson. And he's been pretty solid in those catches, so kudos to him. Wilson and Munson on the short side of the field by my screen, top of the screen. Looking for the top receivers. That's the big wide receiver down there. He makes the catch. Tyler Weaver, he gets the first down, and he'll bring it to the 48-yard line of the Red Devils. And time now starting to be a really big issue as we're under 2 minutes. Mavericks have got to take a deep shot just for respectability at some point. They'll make a throw out to Munson. Munson gets the catch and evades tacklers. He'll get the first down as he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. That's a first down for the Mavericks. They mark it, and the Mavericks trying to go with a hurry-up offense so that they don't lose any more time. Rigby getting set. Mavericks are set. Snap to Nelson. Nelson looking. He's going to keep the ball. He's going to be running. Oh, he's going to get munched. I thought he was going to juke the other way. He gets hit by a couple of Rigby players, and I think they'll probably call a timeout. They do. Timeout there for Mountain View. So it's going to be a 2nd and 5 as Nelson picked up. I thought he picked up a little more than that, but I do see a Mountain View player over on the sideline practicing kicks. Wonder if they're going to look at a field goal maybe. And that is their kicker, Richard Pasquale. So that could just be that he's staying loose, so he gets that extra point when they score the touchdown. Could be either one, but heads up for him. He's not just watching and getting cold, which it is cold. He's staying limber and ready to come in and holding his confidence in his team that they're going to score a touchdown and he can come in and get that extra point. So I'm trying to see if Rigby in control of this field enough, or this game enough. Looks like they are letting a couple of the younger classmen in, but not too many. You don't let off your foot off the gas before the game's in the hand at this point. All right, the Mavericks take the snap. Nelson's back. He's going to throw. He's got a receiver. The catch. It's the flea flicker. They flip it out to, I think that's number 71 with the ball. And after the play was over, a flag is going to be tossed. And that was on the Rigby Trojans. But that flea flicker was flicked back to Marcus Storr, an offensive lineman. And that was the thing of beauty. They flipped it, made the catch, flipped it back to him, and he took it for another 6 yards. The first down and then some. No doubt this is going to be a personal foul against Rigby. Trying to see where the white cap is. Here he comes.
After the play, personal foul, defense, number 33. He has to just to the goal, first down.
Well, that was an unfortunate mistake, as now they go half the distance to the goal, and that's going to give them a 1st and 10 at about the, I think they're the 8 or 9 yard line. I can't tell. I think it's the 9. So, chance for the Mavericks to get one final score here on the season, as they can't pull off a miracle, which seems unlikely at this point. They will end their season here at Rigby's Field. Nelson looked to pass. He's got a receiver in the end zone. The catch is made, but it's out of bounds, out of the end zone. So no good, the call. And I think that's the right call. I didn't have my binoculars on it, but it was to the big wide receiver, Weaver, and he was making those big steps, and I don't think either one of them came down in bounds, but he was trying awfully hard to have them do so. So, Mountain View Mavericks looking at the ticker on their season, winding down, 42 seconds to go. 50 seconds, excuse me. And Nelson trying to figure out a way to get into the end zone one last time. Rolling, he's looking, he throws into the end zone. He's got a receiver. Touchdown, Mavericks! And the receiver got hurt on that play as he's limping over to his sideline. That receiver was number 2, Kian Foy. Kian limping heavily as he stubbed his toe, I believe, trying to get those toes in the end zone. Does do a marvelous job, and he sneaks over where they're looking at him. I don't think it's going to be too serious. They're just looking to make sure he's okay. And a couple of the players for the Mavericks now feeling the end of their high school career coming down. They're not excited about that. Kick is up. It's good. That kick was by Jesse Guerrero, not Pascual. So Guerrero was the one warming up, I guess. But he got some points in on his high school career. He is a senior, so a good way to cap out his last game of his high school career. A lot of young men looking at tonight being the last game. Nelson, who's played a heck of a game, he's a senior. Brody Monson's a senior. Mutah's a senior. A lot of seniors on the squad. Weaver's a senior. Wilson's a junior. He'll be back, so that's good to see. But an awful lot of seniors on this squad that we've seen and called their name multiple times now in the final seconds of their game, of their high school career, not just their season, but their high school career. I remember that for me. That was a tough pill to swallow. Thinking that it was all over and he wouldn't get at least one more shot. Even I think we never won a state championship on my watch, but I'm pretty sure that had we done, we probably would have wanted another game still. You just don't want to think that it's all over. As the Mavericks now line up for the onside kick, they get it. It goes 10 yards. No, doesn't even go 10 yards, and Rigby recovers it. Now they're saying that there's a scramble for the ball as the officials try to Weaver trying to take it away from Faulkner, Chandler Faulkner down there scrambling for the ball, and they come up and say it is Mountain View. Did they really just say that was Mountain View ball? I'm trying to see. One official motioned that Mountain View had received it or recovered it, but I'm watching, and it looks to me like it is the Rigby defense going out. So they did recover that.
Mountain View Mavericks have recovered.
Wow.
Kick, so it'll be first and
That did not look like they recovered it to me, but that's a good thing. I'm up here in the press box. I don't have that great eyes all these years later. So the officials right there on top of it, they made the call. So the Mavericks get another shot at the end zone. Nelson throws over the middle. He connects to Munson. Munson will pick up a first down at the 37-yard line. So 1st and 10. I'm going to sneak over here by our screen just so I can watch the clock. 40 seconds, now under 40 seconds. And they're going to spike the ball so they have time to line up a couple of plays, I would think, as Nelson did not want to call a timeout. Or they're probably out of timeouts, are they? No, they are not. Yep, Mountain View's out. So, okay. Now Mountain View had to spike the ball, so they had to waste it down. Stop that clock. Clock stopped at 36 seconds. So Rigby obviously in control of this game, will be advancing to the semifinals. Nelson back to pass. He's looking. He's rolling out to the right. He'll keep it and keep going. He's headed for the sideline. He's got to get out of bounds and does. Very close to a first down, but I don't think he did get a first down. 28 seconds. Oh, he did get a first down. Okay, he got that ball down to the 26-yard line. Was wise enough, and that's an experienced quarterback who, even though he had no receivers, they were all very well covered. He ran it while he saw some defenders coming in to cave in on him, for lack of a better way to say it. He wisely just headed out of bounds and stopped the clock. So Nelson now with another shot to get in the end zone. First down. He's looking. Throws over that short pass complete to Munson over the middle. Munson will probably only get a gain of 6. Yep, 6 yards. So they're going to go with a quick hurry-up offense and a spike the ball again. 11 seconds left. If they take as much time for the next play as they did this last one, that'll be the game. Munson now limping off the field. He's telling coaches he needs a replacement. Hate to see another player get injured in tonight's game. I hope Brody's played a great game. I hope he is fine and okay. In my book, I'd put him on my team any day because there's nobody that's been better tonight on that 5-yard slant across the middle than Brody on either side of the field. All right, 11 seconds left. The third down for the Mavericks. Nelson with the ball. He's going to throw over, and catch is completed. So now time is a factor. 5 seconds. They're going to line up right about the 5-yard line. And he again spikes it. And he'll lose a second, so 4 seconds left on the clock. Mavericks amazingly managing well to take that ball downfield. I honestly thought that they would probably realize they couldn't win this game and just kind of give up. And they have not. They are marching down the field for what I call respectability points. Maybe not get the win, but they're going to show that they could come back and score some points. So Nelson now back. He's looking to throw. He's throwing into the end zone. He's got a receiver. It looks like he's going to be in. It is. It's a touchdown, Mavericks. Mavericks get a second score here. That is number 2. Kian Foy, who made the catch and gave it a second effort as he rolled over his defender. And they're going to let that clock go down. Time goes out. Rigby has sealed the win here tonight. The final score is going to be 42-28. Did they determine that score was no good? Okay. Well, the score didn't make it in, so the Mavericks didn't get that final score, and will close out their season with a loss. We're going to fade away for some commercial sponsors for just a few moments. Why put together the IdahoSports.com player of the game? We'll be back in just a moment.
I love Lookout's campus branch. The vibe and the service. But with digital banking, it all comes to me. My customizable dashboard provides all my information. Accounts, cards.
Anything else?
I'm good. Bill pay, even my credit score. Gotta go. You gotta go download this app and upload convenience today.
An Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through 2 strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Idaho.
This message presented by the IHSAA and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
May I offer you one of our finest selections? Delicious, rich in protein, and locally produced right here in Idaho. Excellent choice, sir.
Satisfied dairy customer, I'll send.
Dad's home.
I'm home.
Did you get the good stuff?
He's bringing it up. He's going in. He's scored!
Idaho's 529 can be used at any in-state or out-of-state 2- or 4-year college or university. Can be used at a trade school for an apprenticeship.
Whatever it is that your kid is interested in, that's available for them to use the fund.
I really like the flexibility. It gives Wild the opportunity to pursue a whole array of training.
So whatever your child's passion is, you can support that.
To learn more, go to idsaves.org.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
It's that time again. Time to get the health insurance you need for next year. Open enrollment is the time for you to enroll in, renew, or change your coverage. At Your Health Idaho, you can save money with a tax credit on the plan that's best for you and your family. Don't wait. Open enrollment ends December 15th. More coverage, less cost. Only at yourhealthidaho.org. Enroll by December 15th.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Rigby Red Devils have defeated the Mountain View Mavericks in this quarterfinals game. Been looking at the player of the game, trying to figure out who that is. It's been a tough thing to call because there's a lot of great players on this Rigby team, actually on both teams, that I'd love to give it to. Got to look at Owen Golding. He's had a lot of catch and runs, good yardage, some good defensive plays even. Q Kofe, he's been a stellar. Just no big breakouts for him. He did get the one touchdown, got a lot of yardage, well over 100 yards, picked it up at about 5 to 7 yards at a pop. Morrell, you got to look at. Morrell didn't play much in this game. He's been injured, but when he played, he was a powerhouse. He got one touchdown. But I think I'm going to give the player of the game to Evan Freeman. Evan, 2 touchdowns tonight, and I think over 128 yards, looks like, in rushing. So we're going to give him the nod. Evan Freeman, you're the IdahoSports.com player of the game. Today's player of the game brought to you by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to keep your head in the game, whether you're on the field or on the road. Be in the moment and free from distractions. This has been an IdahoSports.com game stream production of the 2025 Idaho High School Football Playoffs on the NFHS Network. This postseason broadcast is presented by Project Filter, your local Toyota dealer, Your Health Idaho, Next Steps Idaho, Ideal, Idaho's College Savings Plan, the Idaho Bowl, Valley-Wide Cooperative, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, as well as our local sponsors here for Rigby, Fibercom, Teton Auto Group, Anytime Fitness in Rigby, Java Express, MVP Rentals, Brightside Dental, The Roof Resource, Pro Pete Fertilizer, Bellhaven Real Estate, Idaho Drug, Eckersell Funeral Chapel, Pro Pete Fertilizer, Pocock Trucking, Lookout Credit Union, Fall River Propane, and the Bank of Commerce. And for the Mountain View Mavericks, the Metro, the Metro Appraisals, and the Curb Bar and Grill. This broadcast is made possible by the great support from these wonderful businesses in your communities. Please reach out and support them, help them continue to be game power boosters and sponsors, and bring these productions to you. Special thanks to Athletic Director Ty Shippen here at Rigby High School, as well as everybody here at Rigby High School, from the broadcast team that's been just wonderful to work with tonight, to Adam Hall, the enthusiastic PA announcer, and all of the other teammates down there that have just been fun to work with. Our gratitude to them for their hospitality and helping get this broadcast to you. Congratulations again to our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Evan Freeman, you're the big guy player of the game tonight. Thanks again for joining us as the Rigby Red Devils have defeated the Mountain View Mavericks by a final score of 42-20.